Hello and welcome. Today we've got two money matches for you. This one is between Eugene Murphy and Tom Walker. And Eugene has just won the lag. And will be the first to break. They're having a race to 15. It is for £200, or that's what we were told on the last count. Obviously it will only be their own money. We are at the McGuinness Sports Bar. Which is just outside Doncaster in a place called Moorends. That is a very nice open break. We will be having a couple of other commentators join us a little bit later on. I believe Mr. Johnny Cornish, who has tuned in to watch. Johnny, if you're able to watch, why are you not here yet? Come on.
Yeah, hurry up, Johnny.
Get with the programme, buddy. We will be following your comments. I'll try and follow them on YouTube as well as Facebook if I can. Just have to bear with us a little bit as we're starting off.
Oh, so Eugene's rattled his first awkward red, giving Tom a chance at the table.
So he's attempted the skill shot there.
He looked half committed to that. He didn't look fully committed.
No, he didn't.
With those sort of shots,
I'm not entirely sure. It didn't look like he put any screw back on it, which
well,
would
you
have
don't
held the ball
necessarily need to put
No,
screw
of course
back
you
on
don't,
it, but you need to have a lot of control with your cue action. So Eugene's got another chance at the table. He'll probably opt to take this one into the middle, left middle first, would you say?
Yeah. So Craig Ray, Eugene and Tom have stepped in as there was meant to be a different game on this afternoon for the first game, but that game got called off. So these guys have stepped in with a smaller pot game just to keep the stream going. That's good to hear, Johnny, that you'll be with us soon. He's finishing off a few cues. I'll let you off then. An offer of a side bet there. James Halliday, £50 side bet. No idiots apparently.
Has he fell a bit short of this?
You'll have to bear with us a second. I'm just going to see if I can get the music turned down a bit, as that's probably going to cut the stream off. Be right back. So back again. Sorry about that.
Oh dear, that was close.
Yeah. Straight away, let's have a go at knocking the stream off.
Twitchy bum time that was.
So let's get. Sorry, I just nicked your mouse.
That's all right.
Let's get this game open to watch on YouTube as well, and then we can follow the comments on there too.
Yeah. Well,
so
we're trying with everything else going on.
There are 15 people watching on YouTube. Please share the stream and get it out to as many people as possible. While we're commentating and stuff, it's not always that easy to share as well as commentate. Get the game on your big TV. Maybe comment on your phone if you've got anything to say to us. Otherwise, don't worry about it. I'll see if I can get sharing it myself too. For a little bit quiet to begin with. There's plenty going on in the background. Hope you're enjoying the game. No, it's just dropped in off the lip of the pocket.
How did that drop?
Let's see if I can... So there's actually, you know that Pool Chat and Banter group? Well, there's actually another group. It's a massive group. It's called Pool Is Not Dead. And it's brilliant. However, they're quite slow to approve posts. They have to approve your post for it to go in there.
What are they called?
Pool Is Not Dead, and it's a massive group. It's like, I can't remember how many people, but it's a lot. We'll try and get it shared. Oh no, I'm still blocked from sharing. That's just not fair.
Is that because you shared so much last weekend still?
Yeah, I think it probably is.
Oh dear. So like and share, everyone.
So yeah, if the rest of you could share it, that'd be great. I'll have to log into Facebook on my phone with a different account so that I can share to places. Zach Taylor, they're not buckets. The table's not long been reclothed, and when they're first reclothed on the Hainsworth match cloth, they tend to slide a little bit. Same as you'll see at the Supreme Series a lot of the time, because they freshly recloth the tables, the ball will slide off the cushion rather than reacting off it.
So sensible shot there, just take control of the black pocket. Sorry about the banging in the background. Can't take your mother anywhere, can we? Okay.
So Eugene playing for a bit of containment there, but Tom was telling me before the match that, because I gave him a couple of frames before the match, he was telling me that doubles are the worst element of his game. Yeah, he hates them. So I wonder if Eugene knows this, and will try and use this to his advantage.
Well, first of all, I thought this frame, Tom could have not dished in. Not Tom. Eugene should have dished first of all. Well, I got the colours the wrong way around. I have.
No comment. So we've got quite a few screens in front of us, and actually, that's a bit of a nightmare, really, because
yeah, it's quite confusing though.
well, it's not just that, but if you start looking at the wrong screen instead of the live table or the live feed.
You can see Seb's crisis last weekend.
Was he just watching the?
Yeah, he was watching the wrong monitor.
That'll be those snake bites. That's a great shot from Eugene. I was wondering whether he'd get the skill shot, but that's even better.
Yeah, he won't need to put too much pace into this because he's got quite a bit of angle on it, which makes the shot a bit easier, not having to put too much pace. Oh, you need more pace than that.
I'll tell you what, this table is very, very quick. I was playing it on it earlier.
They've just ironed it as well,
and
haven't
if you're
they?
not on the ball, then it's going to be hard to get hold of. Oh,
He's played that well. He's played that really well.
that has worked out an absolute peach. Not sure whether he meant to hold on the yellow or not, but it's worked out very well. Nicely done.
So
That is 2 frames to 0 to Eugene. Yeah, both of our games today will be Blackball rules. As it would appear are most of our games. So we'll be keeping statistics today. On how many break dishes and burst dishes, how many foul breaks and dry breaks there are. So what other pool have you guys been watching this weekend? There's loads on. I believe the Supreme Series is on, and I know there's a few other streamers that are also live at the moment. Where are you from? Who are your favourites? Who are you backing? Eugene looks quite focused, doesn't he?
yeah, he definitely looks more on the ball. Tom was here quite early. He was here before us, having practice on the table. think he's run that pretty far enough.
So Eugene's currently still on for the break dish, isn't he?
Yep. Yeah, and he's looked to taking these out well from this point. The only thing I would have done earlier was I would have taken the red that was down towards the bulk end when he was down at that end at the time. He's played that well though. I don't see why you should be going from one end of the table to the next.
No.
I think you should work your way from one end to the other. Just make it a bit easier work on yourself, so your white ball doesn't have to travel as far.
So looks like if he holds his nerve, then we'll be seeing the first break dish.
Yeah. To go 3 frames to 0.
Nicely done. Tom to break. So there's a few money matches going on here today. I think there is every table in here, in fact, has a match going on it that's for a little bit of cash. Oh, thanks. Jenks has just tuned in and said that I'm his favourite.
Oh, hi Jenks.
It's a shame, really, because if he's able to watch, then he could have been here, couldn't he?
Oh yeah, could have saved me a job.
Useless. Come on, Turk. Sort it out. That's the one thing that Tom said he didn't struggle with and that he won't struggle with is his break.
I did see when he was practicing, he really has got a really powerful break on him.
A fairly big lad as well, though, isn't he? Looks a bit like you breaking Jenks. And that is a very nice response from Tom.
Yes, very well controlled. it was important for him to get that frame on the board, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
So break dish there for Tom.
So apparently Jenks is in an Indian restaurant having a half-hour break. What's that for your next course, Jenks? Just a quick break between the garlic chili tikka
Is it an all
chicken
you can
masala and
Is it an all you can eat, Jenks?
his next serving. Yeah, they do both look pretty steady players. I'm surprised they're not playing for a bigger amount, to be honest, but as it goes, they are stepping in.
Tomorrow you're on camera.
Tom just had a look over as if to say, that's a bit better. Tiny Doherty, as said, they stepped in to play as the previous match was cancelled last minute yesterday. So rather than not have a match on, they thought they'd put one of the other matches that was being played anyway here.
So dry break there for Eugene. What's Tom's response?
And I think actually, would you rather watch some half decent pool, or would you rather just sit there and not have any pool to watch at all? Regardless of the amount, at least you're getting to watch some people play.
Sometimes these can be a bit more entertaining. As,
Well, actually,
there's no clear winner or...
Well, I mean, the standard seems to be pretty
And
good
it's
so
not all
far.
going to be all break dishes. I bet we're going to see a tactical frame here and there. Probably not Dunster style, but...
Tom's going to be kicking himself that he didn't pot that yellow.
Yeah.
James has just said to get some of these Elite Able TV stickers into some phone boxes and see if he can get some custom. Not bad little stickers, are they, Jenks? I plan to decorate every table that we stream on. We'll get a load of Elite Able TV tables around the country. These guys are apparently planning to use us for all of their main matches from now on, so they said that they'd just leave them on there.
I don't understand why he played that so gently. He was always going to run towards those reds.
surprising mistake given how focused he looks.
Yeah.
Or looked.
So a foul on a total snooker.
That is a shot and a visit to Tom Walker.
So he's bringing the black ball out.
Michael Jukes, Dale Benson's starting at 7 o'clock this evening.
So he's just got to roll this in now. He doesn't need to do anything with the cue ball, just roll it in. Especially where the table's been ironed. He doesn't need to strike that hard at all. Played it well.
So apparently Seamus Forbes thinks this is an appalling standard. Interesting. They're only 5 frames in. There's already been 2 break dishes. They've only had 1 dry break each. It's been a couple of mistakes, but what do you expect? They're not the superstars of the Supreme Series.
They are still.
I actually think they're playing some pretty good pool.
They're still playing £200, and what's the betting? It's £100 each of their own money at stake, not where they've got backers.
Jenks says that Tom's his slim brother. He's not even that slim, but you do make most people look slim though, to be fair, Jenks. I mean, me and that Tom could actually be your one brother if you just stuck us together with a bit of this duct tape we've got around here. Let's see what we got. And it's dry. Red's looking slightly nicer than yellows due to the bottom right hand pocket being covered by the red. And the ball on the cushion. Got the problem of the two reds in the middle of the table, just below the right hand middle to take care of.
We'll just screw off this one and land on the one on the rail.
So let's hope he deals with the middle pocket situation early. Good afternoon, Philip Walton and Ed Cunningworth. little bit of volume from the table, I think. How's that? A little bit better? Philip Walton, if you can't hear it very well, then I suggest you turn up, because I think I'm absolutely fine on the volume around here.
I can hear you fine.
And we've got a volume scale on the computer, so you really must need to turn up your device, whatever it may be. So he's taking on a plant now. Oh, that was always going to be tough, and unfortunately he's also switched the bag on the bottom right. He's now covered the pocket slightly with the yellow. Tom should really be looking to try and take the bag now and take control. Although it's a very tight gap, you might be able to squeeze it through. Puts a bit of left-hand side on the white to transfer to a bit of right-hand side on the object ball. He'll bring it off the cushion onto the yellow and force it through. So yeah, Philip Walton is definitely you. Jenks said that he can even hear us, and if you've seen Jenks's phone, it's like Nokia 3210 with a big screen. Sorry about that little interruption then. What a phone call. He's not going to be happy with that miss.
No.
He was actually, despite the fact that he wasn't feeling amazingly confident before the game, he was potting pretty well and pretty confidently. So I'm quite surprised by that.
I think he's just nervous knowing I'm sat here commentating.
You did give him a little bit of stick earlier, so I'm not surprised really.
Got to give the players a bit of grilling, haven't you?
Of course, no harm in giving them a little bit of stick. I think they were less so looking forward to Johnny Cornish coming and commentating. For the same reason. So thank you very much to our sponsors. Jarrow MOT Centre, who I believe might be watching, and the Shark Rack. It's actually a shame in some ways that we haven't been able to get people to use the Shark Rack a bit more often during our matches, because they really are good. I know they're still using them in the Supreme Series, as far as I'm aware, because they're still a sponsor of that. And once you get to grips with them, they're not quite as slow as people imagine.
The only thing is moving the rack after the break can be a bit of a initial fit first of all if the balls don't split too well.
Yeah, but again, if you've got a ball marker, and I mean, they do split well most of the time, so the times when you do have to move it are pretty minimal.
Not if you're Liam Dunster and you're playing a Dunster break.
Well, that's true.
Maybe he likes them.
Yeah. Slow the frame down even more.
Yeah.
Right, ref. Can you just spend the next 15 to 20 minutes sorting this out? Thank you very much. Eugene to break. And it's 4-2.
Look at that middle bar.
And the red still slides through.
Yeah.
What are the chances of that?
Not that I think he'll be taking reds from here anyway.
Oh yeah, so a big shout out to Town as well. So I've just done a delivery of some of those Town Fusion tips and some Pyro Chalk. I've already been using the Pyro Chalk before, and I've got to say it's absolutely brilliant. The Fusion tips, I'm looking forward to sticking one of those on. I've just re-tipped my cue, so I can't really warrant just whipping it off and putting another one on there, even if it's going to be good. I mean, and it's also one of the Town Pro tips. So
My cue's due to be retipped, so maybe you do mine instead.
oh, you have to ask nicely.
I'll send it in a text.
I wonder whether Jenks has had his retipped yet or not. Oh, actually, his cue broke the other day. So
How did it break?
So Chapper's knocked it over. I think it was a county. Might have been on a Monday night pool league game. Knocked the cue over. Jenks carried on playing with it. Thought that sounds a bit dodgy.
Twang.
Pushed the tip slightly, and the cue just came apart.
Oh dear.
Cheers. Luckily, Chapper's fixed his cues, so he is able to repair his own mistake. Are you getting that back soon, Jenks?
I was going to say over that, or you could have been here and got Jolly Cornish to fix it for you.
That's a very good point.
Just shout out there for Johnny.
Sure, Chappers will probably want to sort it out himself though, having made the mistake. Just having a quick look to see what angle he wanted. Getting the ball to the top left. So we need to play the pot shot after this with confidence. As he's a little bit high on this. I would just be looking to roll this in gently, or stun it back ever so slightly. Would you reckon black into the same pocket as this last yellow?
Yeah, or
the middle?
Or the middle.
On the right hand side. He's chosen the same pocket, thought he would. He's absolutely plumb. Barring a miscue, I reckon this is 5-2. So that was our first reverse dish. So that is one break dish, one reverse dish to Eugene. He's also had a dry break. Tom Walker's had one break dish and 2 dry breaks. Let's see what we got then, Tom. Catch you a little bit later, Jenks. Good to see you tuning back in. We've got another match at 7 o'clock, for this time for $4,000. So tension's going to be a little bit higher. Okay, take that back. That actually can't have been a reverse dish. As it was Eugene that broke.
But that, however, is a foul break.
Afternoon, Dave Byatt. Sorry if I'm a little bit quiet every now and again. We are waiting on Mr. Johnny Cornish to turn up to give me a hand with the commentating. There were 1 or 2 others that offered to help, but they're now playing their own little mini matches. Seems like there's quite a few money matches that are played in this venue.
I think there's one on every table, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
1, 2, 3. Is that 5 tables over there?
Yep. Not a bad little setup in this place.
No. main bar area around the front for the locals with tables. And then around the back where they hold the venue, I guess this is the area for their county games.
Yeah, it is. The Central Yorkshire County games are played here. They've got 2 more tables as well that are normally in this area that we're streaming from now. But
oh, he just overcooked that. So, no reverse dish.
But they've been removed to make room for us to stream here. It's funny how different venues require different little challenges to be met in order for us to set up. So above this table there is a light. There's also a load of disco lights and various other bits. And my power supply for the overhead camera is literally cable tied above the table.
Now I've seen some dodgy situations when we've had to set up, but if the players actually knew.
Yeah, I don't think they've noticed.
I don't think they have.
But it's working well. Dave Pyatt, it is a Hainsworth match on this table. Same as at the McGuinness Sports Bar. It's the same company who they use. Mills, Snooker and Pool. And they do a cracking job, in my opinion. Very, very nice.
So his second visit now.
So if you have a money match that you'd like streamed, then we do have openings throughout the year. Get in touch. If you would like the Elite Able TV experience, we will come along and stick the crap out of your table and film your game for you. We've normally got more commentators, but unfortunately they've not been available today.
Yeah, I've got a couple of commentators joining us later though. Johnny Cornish, he should be here shortly.
Just finishing off sorting out some cues. And Mr. Mick Beck. Just trying to see what score his game's on. So we've got Mr. Robert Gordon saying, I hope no one's annoyed by this, but could some of the lads try Russian magic chalk? Great chalk, proven to be the best in the world and well priced. Highly recommended. Give it a mention, and you can buy with a 30-day money-back guarantee. It's amazing value, and you've no need to chalk the tip after every shot. I actually personally do use the Russian Magic chalk a lot of the time, and it is very good. I wasn't aware of the fact that there was more people selling it currently in the UK. There was only one specific person who has probably not made the best sales approach, I wouldn't have said, recently.
I think we just won't open that kettle of worms.
No, but I'm sure that I'm sure that it might have a bit more success now that there's another person that's going to be selling it. Nice to hear. Lewis Norville's tuned in and put across my opinion, which he's very right about. Which we won't air on stream, but
so it looks like he's trying to go for the cut in this left corner. Oh, has he got the split? Oh, he's one shot.
oh man, another 6 inches, eh? So is he trying to cut this back as a back double into the middle of the cushion? Or is he playing it safe? No, he's playing safe.
He hasn't reached. He's under hit. With the speed of these cloths after it's been ironed, I'm surprised by that.
Well, yeah, but he might be really super cautious of that as well, won't he?
So, will Tom take advantage?
Got his ball out in the open nicely. I will be back with you shortly. You'll have to excuse me if I'm a little bit quiet. I've actually got a bit of a sore throat. Maybe it's from discussing that Russian magic chalk too much. Regan, I will have a look to see what your message was. Bear with me. So, we aren't actually really in the position to at the moment, but Regan is the current 2018 under 23 national pool champion. He's looking for a few sponsors so that he's able to get to a few more pool events. If any of you are interested, then it'd be great if you could get in contact with him. His name's Regan Boyle. If you'd like his details, then I can give them to you, or alternatively, you can look him up yourself and he will pass on his phone number so you can have a chat with him, and his email address. Probably be quite a good way of getting your business out there and seen, especially if you are the owner of a business that is looking to project your company out to the pool world. Dave Bryant, no, they haven't really missed that much. It's funny actually, because Seamus Forbes earlier said that it wasn't a very good standard, but I beg to differ. They're actually both pretty good. There's been the odd ball miss, but nothing major. Eugene is definitely very focused in his game. Whenever Tom gets to the table, it seems he's very capable of making a clearance. I've got another game on for you a little bit later on, 7 PM. I believe a race to 25. between Dale Benson and Ed Kenilworth for a cool £4,000. The tension will definitely be there later. So if anybody out there fancy a money match, it looks like there's quite a few that go on in this place. Maybe you should get in contact with maybe Dave McGuinness or Mick McGuinness, and if you think that you can take on these boys, it very much looks like everyone in this place is well up for a money match. Table's kept really nice. Every single one looks like it plays like a dream.
Yeah, they don't look much different from one another, do they, in condition?
No.
I haven't managed to have a frame yet. Have you had a knock around on one yet?
Yeah, I had a bit of a knock earlier with Tom here.
Yeah? How'd they play?
Just trying to sort of get him into the mindset of playing against someone because he's having a bit of a knock by himself. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. They played exactly like the tables at Murphy's last week.
Okay, cool. They played really well at Murphy's, so if they're reacting the same.
Eugene slightly hampered on Chinese snookered himself, but not too difficult.
It's a nice response.
A little Chinese tap in. That is 6-4 to Eugene. Nope, 7-4 to Eugene. Sorry, I'm watching the wrong screen again. I've got a really good idea. As no one's commenting on the...
We don't actually need that on, do we?
No, I'm going to remove it. Just because then I don't get confused.
To be quite honest, we don't need this other screen.
And you thought you did?
We did.
You just wanted another monitor to look at, didn't you?
We needed another monitor for Murphy's because there's a lot more matches that we're having to follow.
Yeah. Ouch. Foul break there from Tom. Shot on a visit to Eugene. So I actually think that those combat shorts would be quite comfortable to play in. The ones that Eugene is wearing.
Oh yeah, well, you've got to be comfortable.
Nice and loose.
When you're playing a pressure match, you've got to feel comfortable.
Tom's trailing by 3 frames. Not looking the happiest. But that could also... I'll tell you what. When I was watching Keith Brewer be playing against Gareth Potts back in 2010, I think it was, Keith Brewer looked exactly the same throughout the whole entire match when he was sat down. And it was just like his resting face looked exactly like that. And it was just him being focused. Not that that's necessarily what's going on in Tom's head, but he's now trailing by 4 frames, so he's probably not going to be too chuffed.
That was a nice little reverse dish shot as well off the foul break.
So Eugene's had 1 break dish, 1 reverse dish. He's had 1 dry break. Sorry. Tom Walker's had 2 break dishes, no reverse dishes, 2 dry breaks, and 2 foul breaks. Obviously, those dry breaks and foul breaks are making the way for Eugene to take frames from him. 2 break dishes though. That's a fairly good standard, really, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't think Tom's got anything to get too overly concerned about. He needs to. This is an important frame for him. He needs this frame. I think it's a turning point at a race to 15, which is quite a short race.
Of course.
So I think this is quite a pivotal frame.
So it basically it looks like if you really analyse these statistics, it looks like if Tom pots a ball off the break, then he dishes.
Yeah.
He's had 6 breaks. 2 of them have been dry, 2 of them have been foul breaks, and the other 2 have been break dishes.
Yeah.
So as long as he pots off the break, it looks like he's perfectly capable of dishing them up. Which in turn, actually, if you look at Eugene's statistics, despite the fact that Eugene has
had a break dish and a reverse.
Yeah, but if you look at the fact that he's had he's 8 frames to 4, so he's won 8 frames, but he's only dished twice out of 6 breaks. In fact, he's dished once out of 6 breaks off his own break. He's had 1 reverse dish, and so actually, statistically speaking, Tom is realistically looking the stronger player, despite the fact that he's behind. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree.
So I mean, if he could look at these statistics and see what's going on, maybe take 10% off his break to gain a little bit more control rather than just all-out power, then he'd probably be flying. So he's got to be looking to take reds here. He's got the 1 problem ball on the cushion, halfway up the right-hand side. He's struck that really well, but realistically, he probably didn't even need to hit it that hard. And I'm only saying that because of the risk of that yellow potentially
flinging back out.
And also, if he hadn't have potted the ball quite so cleanly, then he might have knocked his own red out and created problems for himself. Still, it worked out all right. You can take out this problem ball shortly. We'll be clearing this top half of the table first, get the ball out of the pocket, and take the middle pocket. Then the problem ball. Well, I say the problem ball. He's also got the slight issue of the one that's over the middle bag, because it's not accessible from everywhere.
Valves are up and out, John. John.
So Eugene's just left the room and said carry on. Fair enough.
Not what you usually see.
No, not during a money match, but I guess these two are mates, so not too big a deal. Now I wonder, someone's phone's just started going off with a bit of faithless. I wonder whether you could get blocked from your stream going on just by someone's phone playing.
I would.
And if so,
say yes.
Yeah, but if that's the case, then you walking around with a ringtone on your phone of a tune like that. Actually, do you need a broadcast license because you're broadcasting it to the public? Interesting. A little bit of a grey area there. Facebook, YouTube, if you're listening, then pay attention. Because if that's the case...
So is he going to screw back for the corner? Yeah. And this will be for the reverse dish as well.
He didn't play that with too much confidence there, did he?
No.
He kind of played with the hint of, as long as I've got a shot on the black, then I don't care.
He did. He needed to be at an angle for it anyway, because of the position.
He's played that well.
He's played it really well.
Nicely done.
Important frame that.
Yeah, it was.
So there you go. 2 break dishes and 1 reverse dish for Tom. And Eugene's just walked back in the room.
That is Eugene's break, so that can't have been a reverse dish. No, it wasn't.
I've even got a notepad here and I'm behind.
So you've got a notepad, you've got a computer with all the break dishes, reverse dishes, and who's on what break, and you still can't work out.
Yeah.
Do you want an abacus?
Yeah.
Shall I make sure it's one that's got reds and yellow beads on it? Or will that confuse the issue even more?
You're lucky your mother's here.
So, I'm going to be mightily impressed if he pulls off another break dish here. Or is he going to break the stats? Don't break the stats. Come on.
I reckon it'd be a reverse dish.
Oh, yeah. Hang on. Right, now I'm confused. He just broke, didn't he?
Yes.
Right, so what on earth's going on? How come Eugene started setting them up? Or had he just got confused and confused us?
So I was correct.
Yeah, right. I'll give you that one.
Thank you very much.
Eugene, sort it out. Stop confusing the matter. So, can he continue the trend? Let's see. He's got to go yellows because of the red problem balls. Oh, go on, stop. Oh, I'll tell you what. That's not bad, is it?
That's fine.
That is not bad at all.
He's got a nice angle on
himself
that.
a bit of an angle.
Just
now,
plays screw shot into him.
Can he? Because I mean, if he screws back, from what I can see, oh no, he can avoid the red. It looked from me looking at the table, it looked like he couldn't avoid the red to go into the other balls. But it looks like he can. I reckon we can still have a break dish on here. Come on, Tom. There's no favouritism here. I just want him to continue the stats. Let's see if this man can break dish every time he pots off the break.
Well, let's see if Charlie Viner can keep up with the stats.
Anyone want a £50 side bet? Dave White says he's done that twice in the last 20 minutes. If you have to cheat to win, then why play a money match? What do you mean? If you have to cheat to win, what's he done?
Cheat. I've not seen no cheating.
Can you explain? Because I haven't seen any cheating. Charlie.
Yes.
This break dish is on.
It is.
So he's either got to take the higher yellow into the middle or to the top left.
I think he's got.
Because I don't think it goes anywhere else.
He's got to take this one to the.
Obviously, I don't mean now. I mean
No, to the right corner first.
Yeah.
Then I would take the one to the
got
middle.
He's just got a little bit. I'll tell you what. Actually,
all he's got to do is play it to the right hand corner, and then play middle bag with a little touch of screw. Take the other one to the other top corner. Blackball in the same bag.
Listen. Oh, hello. What's he done here?
What's he done?
Right. Well, no, actually, it's pretty much fine because he needs to just hold on this red, and that's what I was going to say was that he could have literally
Is he not going to slip past this red? I reckon he's going to slip past this red and miss it.
We'll see. I reckon he's going to flick off the red, and it's going to end up coming over towards the right-hand middle.
I think there's too much risk with the shot that he's
too much what?
Risk.
Oh, I thought you said frisk.
Frisk.
I think he's taking it out the top. Look, he's thinking about it for sure. Come on, Tom. Let's see a break dish.
I think if he took it into the middle, he's going to kiss the other red and risk of going in the middle bag.
He's taking out the top. Look. Oh, he's got it. Come on,
Nice.
Come on,
Nicely played.
I think we're going to have to change his name to Mr. Break Dish. He's got it.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
he's
that is
played
beautiful.
this beautifully.
I'll tell you what, this guy can play. Anybody called Seamus Forbes who thinks that this is a bad standard needs his head read.
I think that's a challenge.
I reckon I'm going to get Tom to challenge you to a game, Seamus, and we'll see how good you are. Put your money where your mouth is. 8-6. He has had 7 breaks. 3 of those have been break dishes. 2 have been dry breaks. 2 have been foul breaks. So I don't want him now to continue having foul breaks and dry breaks just to keep the stats up to what they were before. Let's see if he can break dish every time he pots a ball off the break. I'm going to be well impressed if he can. Dave Boyer, if you could confirm what you meant about doing that twice in the last 20 minutes, I'd really like to know what you're talking about. I'm actually just wondering now whether my... whether my internet's not refreshing on the laptop. As there's barely any comments. You lot not got anything to say? Leave the game while your opponent's at the table. He's left twice now, obviously trusted him to do so. If you need to cheat to win, then you shouldn't be playing money matches. So, not saying anyone's cheated, but have seen it before in money games. Do you know what? I would kind of agree, but I mean, there is a stream, so if he's allowing his opponent to carry on while he's gone, then obviously we'll see whether there's any cheating going on, so he can trust that his opponent can be left to carry on playing. And I mean, I think they're mates, so no big deal, no biggie. There are times in money games where people just decide, oh, I'm going to have a toilet break every 5 minutes. Their opponent gets into a bit of a stride and they don't like it, so that's time for them to slow the game down, put them off their stride, get them out of that winning mentality. I'm not going to go into matches where I've seen it happen, but I have seen it happen, and I have seen it change a game around as well, which is a bit naughty. Tom's playing a bit of a massa here. He's not really got the angle to it naturally. Tom just trying to make sure he didn't leave too much on then. And it's not a particularly nice shot, but the yellow that's second closest to the white does cut into the left-hand middle. Which I think is what he'll probably be looking at now. Oh no, he can't be. No, he can. Lost the plot a little bit then. Thought one had been potted. Oh. Well, I'm surprised by that. He's tried to play it into the top with limited pocket availability when he could have cut it into the middle.
Yeah.
And if it had done, actually, they were all wide open. So Tom's having a good look now at these yellows, because actually if that one goes, we could see another dish here. Maybe a break or reverse, but we are now starting to see that this guy is perfectly capable of taking them all out as soon as he gets an opportunity.
Yeah, the scoreline doesn't reflect the result so far, does it?
The result?
Yeah.
No, definitely reflects the result. Do you mean it doesn't reflect the standard of play? Sorry, you'll have to excuse Charlie. She is currently dealing with following all the camera angles and doing the statistics as well as commentating. And obviously she's mad as a hatter, so she's not expected to always make sense.
It never makes sense.
Even your snoring has a nonsensical pattern.
Snore? I don't snore, I purr.
He's not going to be happy with that. He isn't happy with that. I mean, he's still got the pocket down this end of the table, but actually there is an angle right now.
I was going to say,
from what I can see. No, is
has
there?
he
No, there
blocked
isn't.
the pocket?
No. Yeah, he has blocked the pocket. It definitely doesn't go. And I thought he had an angle then to play the skill shot, but he doesn't. He's going to have to take. Yeah, I was going to say he's going to have to take plants on. This is a tough clearance. He's going to really have to consider playing some kind of containing safety.
He's got player safety at some point. No, you can't go.
Do you know what? He can do it now. Actually, if he plays the ball closest to the right hand bottom pocket and sits the white just in ups, well, on the cushion. If he sits it on the cushion directly behind the other red and doesn't go for the clearance, he's got. See, I don't like this. I don't like it one bit, because he
hasn't got a clear plan.
He's leaving himself limited options for making this clearance, but yet he's taking out crucial balls that could actually help him out. And if he'd have played the safety then, I know we're playing Blackball, not world rules, and people don't like fudging and all that, but if he'd have played the safety then, he'd have left his opponent with nothing on. And
Are you
given
sure
himself.
that red doesn't pass?
I am. Well, I'll be impressed if it does. No, see, there wasn't even a ball's width in it. I mean, He hasn't even really got away with it either, because if Eugene takes the one to the top left first now, then he can get on this problem ball straight away. Either that or he can just flick it out, scoop in behind the breads. And then they're actually wide open for the taking. See, even with that, Eugene's got a bit annoyed about that, but actually, what's he got to be annoyed about? Absolutely nothing, because Tom's put himself into the issue of these two reds not going and him not having really much of an option of anything to go at. I don't know if maybe they plant into the middle. I'll tell you what, actually, they aren't far off. Let's have a look. Let's have a little look. No, he's going to hit the jaw. I've just used the good old pen trick on the screen,
just slightly off,
to have a look to see whether it plants. And unfortunately for Tom, he'd have to have the white a little bit further round to be able to develop the angle.
Is he looking to?
Anyway. I think he's looking to play the red nearest the white off the other one into the top left corner. Yeah. You know, when you get different angles on the screen, it makes it difficult to remember where they are for the mainstream. Yeah. So yeah, to the top left-hand corner. So it looks like he's going to try and play the plant to squeeze the red in between the two yellows into the top left corner. And it's probably all he's got on, because there's no safety on.
I was going to say he hasn't exactly got much left on, has he?
No, he's trying to plant into the middle. Oh, he nearly just spawned that off the white.
He must have forced that with quite a lot of side to get that reaction.
I reckon these are gone. I really reckon these are gone. Now, so Tom being Mr. Break Dish and clearly being very capable of taking out a table when it's there, do you think that's a sign of a mentality of go for it? Because he didn't seem to have any thought whatsoever then to play for a safety.
I get the impression that he is a very attacking player, through and through. And it's probably one aspect of his game that probably lets him down quite a lot.
Yeah, I'd have said.
We don't know these players really from Adam, do we? So we're just commentating on what we're seeing.
I like that. So Dave Byatt's just said, is it Tom's break next? Because he might just want it over so that he can get back to breaking dishing again. brilliant. I like it. He does look like he's just chalking up that break cue and he's going, right, let's have another breaking dish. The thing is, I'm a really attacking player as well, and unfortunately I fall prey to that a lot. And it's not until I slow my game down a little bit and think about it on the odd occasion that maybe I should be playing a containing safety. I just unfortunately have fallen foul to the situation where if I play a safety when it is not really the shot to play, most of the time I end up with the opposition getting a fluky pot out of it and ending up taking the frame, which is really frustrating. So it kind of makes me shy away from those safeties a little bit. Eugene's gone for a little smoke. He's like, right, Tom's obviously going to break and dish again. We'll let him go to it. Let's see what's happening. What's happening to the white? Is it going in? Nope, it's not gone in. He's potted the ball. Well, this would be a decent break dish. Now, Charlie, can you just flick the camera angle to the overhead? Because I want to see whether the red drops in the middle from here. Yeah, it does, by the looks of it. So, reds are the ball to go. Slight problem in the one that's nearest the white. He's got to be able to take that into the top left-hand pocket at some point, but he can use the one into the top right-hand pocket to hold for it. Now, I reckon, don't be lured into that ball. You want a better angle on this, Tom, if you want to continue with the break condition. So I'll be taking the middle here and screwing back. And I suppose you can hold on the yellow, but it's risky.
I think he's trying to play
on
to
his
other
He's
ball.
got it.
Yeah, he's played that well.
So, what angle's he got? He has got a bit of an angle, hasn't he? He's going to have to flick off this yellow. So it'd be if I'm right, he'd be screwing back to flick off the yellow to bring the white up towards this end of the table. Oh, he's potted the yellow. He's a bit frustrated there, but actually he's still on. He's got the wild cut into the middle, or he can take the pot up the top.
That's a problem when you play into another ball. It takes all the spin out.
Yeah, it does.
The cue ball.
Unless you really power through, because it is possible. Oh, look at
He's
this! He's played that lovely. I'm telling you, if this boy pots off the break, he's dishing. He's just got to leave himself a shot here, and they're all gone. What's he done? Oh, no, he's all right. He's all right. He's all right. Look, so he'll have to play this off the right hand cushion.
I don't understand why he didn't play middle bag originally.
Because the white was wild. The white was wild. The white was all over the place down this end, down the bottom end of the table.
Played the red ball like he was already.
So he's only really got a natural angle. Drop this in, and that.
Drop it in.
I'll tell you what. Look at this boy go, Mr. Break Dish. He's at it again. Seamus Forbes, eat your hat, son, because you're wrong. This is not a bad standard of play whatsoever. Tom has had 4 break dishes, 2 dry breaks, 2 foul breaks. If he pots off the break, he is dishing. Eugene, on the other hand, it is 9 frames to 7 to Eugene. Eugene's actually only had 2 break dishes. 2 dishes, sorry. 1 break dish, 1 reverse dish. He's had 2 dry breaks, no foul breaks. So he's controlling the white pretty well on the breaks. Not getting any unlucky kicks in, but he's also not making the clearance if they go in. He's only been capitalising off Tom's poor break attempts. Let's see what we got, Eugene. Come on. Retaliate.
It's another dry break.
It's a money match. It is a fight. And we like to see people put up a good fight. Especially when there's money at stake. I have noticed one thing, Charlie. Johnny Cornish is late. He said 4 o'clock. It's now 6 minutes past 5.
Where are you, Johnny Cornish?
Johnny, come on, sort your life out. You're meant to be here an hour and 6 minutes ago. Yeah, Dave Byte's saying the same as you, that he should have taken the red to the middle. But the thing is that sometimes you've got to look at what's going to keep the white into a decent place for you. And the pot into the middle was just the wrong side of the pocket to be able to control the white nicely. So he had to bring the white off either the bottom left-hand side and then the bottom cushion, or just straight off the bottom. And it was a bit more wild. So I think in some respects he actually took the white ball. It was just the white ball control left him with a difficult shot on that last one before the black. It is 9 frames to 7 to Eugene Murphy. Tom's at the table on yellows. He's looking at the cut into the middle. He's not got it. He's missed that by quite a lot, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like it was a nice shot, but still. He's not happy about it. Which isn't really that surprising. Do you reckon he spotted that the camera's pointing towards him? Because he keeps looking over every now and again. He's like, look, just let me break. If I can just keep breaking. I'll tell you what, he needs to do that game setup that was used recently of the winner breaks.
Yeah.
If he played a game where the winner breaks, he'd be laughing, wouldn't he? All the way to the bank. So what ball would you be taking here then, Charlie? Would you be taking this one into the middle, or would you be able to, or would you be wanting to take the one on the top half of the table first? I reckon I'll probably clear that one at the top half of the table first.
Yeah, I would take the one to the corner first.
Screw back to roughly where he is.
Screw back to the middle. Yeah, screw back to the middle.
Because it's not a tough shot to get onto the other one. And bizarrely, I wouldn't have done that either. I would have screwed back to take the other red into the same middle. Because now he's got to get back on it. Whereas then he could have just screwed back gently.
This is what I was saying earlier, where you work your way down the table.
Can I just have a look at the overhead again? So the ball that's next to the black looks like it quite easily goes into the right-hand middle. So he didn't really have any need to be done on this left-hand side of the table yet. Now he's got to be, I was going to say, he's got to be looking to take the one that he should have taken then, really, in my opinion. Then go back for the middle again. And then...
Oh.
He's not going to be happy with that, I think. Does it say on the overhead? No, he is.
He's knocked it out of play.
So now it all becomes a bit awkward, doesn't it? He's got this one into the bottom right-hand pocket, which he's going to have to take now, as there's no other option on, really. And he's going to have to screw back up the table a bit. And he hasn't really got a ball here to be able to disturb those with.
He could play containing safety and play the red now, that is next to the yellow, and play for the cue ball to land on bottom cushion as a bit of a safety.
Yeah, but the thing is, unless he lands to the right-hand side of the bottom cushion, then the cut's still on that middle, on the yellow. And he's also potentially freeing up that problem that he's just created for his opposition. So I don't know. Don't like it though, because he's not really. As I said, he hasn't actually got a ball.
Oh, and he's played that poorly too.
That he can use to disturb. Do you think that it's starting to bother him how often Tom is break dishing? Because when we first started this match,
he's a bit more restless,
he was playing
isn't he?
really confidently and quite happy-go-lucky, and everything was going his way.
Yeah, he's a bit more restless.
Now Tom's started break dishing all the time.
He's going for a cigarette. He's going to the toilet. He's breaking it up. Yeah.
I mean, I might be barking up the wrong tree, but it's definitely getting more difficult for him. And that was his only option then, really, was to try and play some kind of safety. So Tom's at the table. He's on yellows. He's got the cut into the middle. His only really viable shot on at the moment. And the only problem with it is that white is flying around all over the place when he plays this. Mr. Graham Simpson. Zippy, how you doing, buddy? Nice to have you on board. Giving Dave Byatt someone to talk to. So the question is, Dave, have you actually been talking to your missus about Paul? And have you been talking to her about what's going on? Or are you just watching it by yourself? I've not constantly been looking at the comments, but I have been trying to respond, so hopefully you don't feel too alone, mate. What's he done here? See, why did he play that so hard?
Yeah, he massively overscrewed that, didn't he?
He only really
I don't think
needed to leave himself slightly low on that ball to be able to squeeze up in between the black and that red. And
he
leave
could
himself
have
on
got away
into the
with a little bit of a stun run through rather than with the screw back. And taking it into this left corner. But then he's still got the issue with the one that's over by the red ball, because I don't think it goes anywhere. They're pretty glued together. Is he now going to play this towards the middle bag and leave? He's got to try and leave this cue ball awkward, hasn't he?
Yeah, he hasn't really got much option but to try and leave it awkward, has he? Just had another player walk in. I hope he's not looking to get a table, because they're all being used. Oh no, the match on table 6 in the middle there's been done and dusted.
That one's completed. Is it Mick, you said? That's coming and commentating later. He's on.
Yeah, he's the one that's currently at the table on the next one.
Yeah, their score's 13-10 from what I can see. So.
Oh, well, if they're only racing to 15 as well.
Yeah, that's what I said. He should be here shortly.
Might have another commentator soon.
So
I'll tell you what, if you look at the table, look where he's managed to land that.
Yeah, it's just been confirmed it's not touching.
Judging by Tom's cue ball control in that last break and dish, he's actually got quite a good opportunity here. Because he's got a natural angle to just put a tiny bit of top on, play the one at the top end of the table first, come off the top cushion, back down the table, cut the one into the middle, and depending on what angle he gets, he can either put the black in the, a choice of quite a few pockets actually. He's opted for a safety. That surprises me, given how he's just been playing. Because regardless of...
I knew he was going to play that shot.
That's a shame, really.
Yeah.
Because
I knew he was going to play that.
Regardless of whether Eugene pots this, he has given him the opportunity to, and it's not necessarily the hardest pot in the world. And it's that sort of shot that I was talking about that actually, for me, ends up giving me a bit of trouble. And
it's playing the safety shot at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's knowing when
playing a safety when there's opportunity.
It's knowing when to play that safety shot when you're an aggressive player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom's a happy-looking person, isn't he? I will take it now, though, that it is him being a bit more focused.
So, is he going for the pot here, do you think?
He's got to. Right. Now, Tom, how big are your cojones? Because this has got to be a good shot. So there's a bit of a conversation going on here, Charlie, in the comments.
Sorry, not even reading the comments.
Graham has asked Dave Byatt whether he knows any of these two players, and he says, "No, I'm just no mate, I'm just watching because I'm a fan of Jacob." Graham says, "Me too," and Dave says, "Do you stalk him like me?" And Graham says, "A little bit. Where are you from?" Brilliant. I've got
gents. He's mine.
I've got pool stalkers. I like it.
No, he's mine. He's stored in my basement.
Babe, I've actually got fans. I like it. This is good. I've got pool fans. Nice. Oh, I'm like totally surrounded by love right now. This is brilliant. I've never felt so appreciated.
And then we get home.
So, can he continue the trend? Is Mr. Breakdish going to be following on in suit? Have I just jinxed him by reminding him of the fact that he's Breakdished every time he's potted a ball? Let's see. Brilliant. So, I was saying that Zippy said, I stalk him a little bit. Where are you from? And Dave Pyatt said, I can't really say, mate, because I'll have a restraining order served. Brilliant. Nicky Hardcastle. Yeah, Tom does seem like a top lad. Enjoyed having a couple of frames with him earlier. Had a bit of a chat. That's
Yeah.
Listen to this that's going on here. He's got this one slight problem ball, although it's not really a problem ball. Did I just say problem ball?
Problem.
He's got a slight problem ball. So, yeah, he's got a slight problem ball. I mean, it goes clearly. He's just got to get on it at the right angle. He needs to be round about the bulk line, towards the right-hand side of the table. He's played that nice. He just needs to screw back slightly on this, leave himself slightly low on the shot into the middle to give himself an angle to project the ball up to the top of the table, to land where all those breaking marks are. So Tom uses Triangle Pro. He was telling me earlier, he said he absolutely loves it. I said, yeah, it is really good chalk. That's what I used to use as well.
If it's not broke.
Oh, hey up.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
No, of course. The only problem with it is, that I find, is that it does leave quite a bit of residue on the white.
Yep.
Residue.
Residue.
Can't get my words out today.
Not just on the white, on the table as well.
So, do you think this could be down by break dishes?
No, it's not over yet.
He's going to smash in this double, come around the table, end up perfect on the ball up top. Or he's going to play it now, just leave himself half a shot. Because actually, if he plays the one at the top end of the table now, and if he just makes sure that white comes out a little bit, if he just makes sure that white pops out a little bit, he's got a choice of two balls. He's going to have to take the one on the... Where's this going? Oh, it's still on. No way. What an absolute legend. He is firing on all cylinders as long as he pops one of these balls at the break. Where's he gone? No, he's overcooked it. No.
Oh, he could still nail the swerve though.
Oh, come on, that's ridiculous.
Go on, nail the swerve shot.
He's just looked over at me and said, it's not on.
Yeah, it is.
What a legend. Eugene's actually just had a look to see whether it's a total. Come on. If he gets this, I'm going to donate 10 quid to charity.
Whoa.
Oh, mate. Gutted.
He's got away with that actually, to some degree. He hasn't left much on.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, he hasn't left much on. But at the same time, Eugene doesn't really even need to do anything with this. He could leave it almost where it is, and it still wouldn't be that bad a shot. So as long as it doesn't disturb the black and the red, he's laughing. Oh, he's potted it. That's a great pot. Now, Eugene. Let's see. What have we got going on here? In my humble opinion, as much as it's not very nice queuing, he should be taking the one into the middle now. Just purely because otherwise he's got to get back down on these two balls.
No, he doesn't, because it does come back in this corner where the red ball is.
I know that, but if he takes it now, see, when you play 14-1 or American straight pull, right, one of the things that I've taken away from that game is that if you've got balls that are clumped together in any way and one goes from certain angles, you need to get rid of that ball that's obstructing the other one as early as possible, because otherwise you're going to run into trouble. So really, in my opinion, he needs to take this one into the middle now, open them up. He's definitely got a shot afterwards. So it's, yeah, see, if he'd have taken that then, he'd have left himself a clearance. And he could have used the one that's the closest to the bottom cushion to open up the black and the red. He didn't need to leave that until the last shot. He would still have had balls up at the top end of the table. And it's all about just making sure that you've got shots on. And with that many balls on the table, he had so many options then. But I just think that he needed to take that one first. I mean, I am just talking about making clearances here. And now there's no need. But, I mean, for me, that was the shot. Having said that, he is, from what I can see, feeling slightly uneasy in the way that he's been going for the fag break and toilet break and so on. Could be wrong, could be misreading it, but maybe it was the best shot for him at that particular time. I do agree from some of the comments on Facebook that actually he could have cleared the table easy enough from there. Obviously, you never miss a shot from sitting on the commentary. Much easier to say than it is to do. So, he's got a slight angle on this. I'd be looking to smack the ball off the top cushion and back down into the middle of the table. Oh, no need, by the looks of it. Although now, see what I mean, right? What I was saying about those two balls, right? Now, it's not necessarily a problem, because he's only got to drop this in. But do you see what I'm saying? All of a sudden, he's got these two balls that, even if he pots the top one first, the other one now doesn't go into this pocket in the corner, does it? Or am I wrong? Show us the overhead. Let's have a look. Oh, maybe it does. Nope, it can't do because he's taken that one first. I mean, I suppose it's still not too difficult, but it was still creating a problem and a hazard. Sorry about that, I just smacked myself over the head with the microphone.
Oh, so finally, our commentator, hour and a half late, but he's just walked through the door.
Mr. Johnny Cornish is in the room. Orange juice and lemonade, please, bud. Same for her. What a legend. Johnny Cornish has just walked into the room and immediately offered all three of us a drink. You don't think there's three of us, but there is. I've got Charlie by my side and also my mum sat here listening in. So, best behaviour. Although that's the case always, as she's normally tuned in watching on the stream. What a gentleman. To Charlie.
I should have had a pint if he was buying.
You could have had a pint. Although, you know, you can have a pint anyway.
I didn't know he was buying.
Yeah.
You ordered for me.
Oh, look, see?
There you are, see?
The mother-in-law.
The mother-in-law is always willing to get me drunk.
Well, she's not actually the mother-in-law, but
Well,
the other half's mum. The
But what a break.
the other half's mum is going to buy you pints.
I think a lot of people will be quite surprised I haven't got a pint in my hand.
So we got here last night, and we are 150 miles away from home, roughly, give or take a mile or two. Could even be further. And the first thing that's said
as soon as we walk through the door
is, "Oh wow, you're not drunk." And I'm like, "What?" He says, "Well, last time I saw you at Rill, you were absolutely smashed every day." I'm like, how is it possible for us to go to some random club in the middle of nowhere, like literally it is in the middle of nowhere, 150 miles away, and you've got a reputation, Charlie? That's pretty good going. So I'm just imagining how many people are going to comment when we go to a big known club.
I don't know whether it was these guys, but yeah, that event I headbutted somebody for being quite irritating.
Right, that's enough of that. Censorship. Beep.
They deserved it.
Daryl Geary, that table looks small. Daryl, where are you from, bud? If you're from America, the table probably is quite small. It's a 7x4 standard English pool table. Unfortunately, Eugene has missed the first ball. Was that the first ball? No, it was the second ball. He's already gone yellows. He has kind of got away with that. Let's have a little look at the overhead, shall we? Can he see of that ball? I'm trying to see whether he can see the... Hold on, stay there, leave it there. I'm just going to use a trusty old phone technique. No, he can't see the pot on the easy one. Oh, he's got it anyway. So, Mr. Walker, what have you got? So, brilliant. So, Daryl said the table looks a bit small. Dave Byers said, turn your phone around. Turn your device sideways. What a ledge. Brilliant. That is comment of the day so far. Love it. Johnny Cornish has got us a drink each. So, I will be joined shortly by Johnny Cornish. Yeah, so Johnny's just going to say hello to a few people. No, stay on the mic for a minute. He's just going to say hello to a few people and then come and sit with us. So the question is, right, Eugene's been to the toilet about 19 times and Tom has just carried on playing like some kind of Trojan.
What's it with orange juice and lemonade up north?
I don't know.
Is orange squash again?
Is it all just juice?
It's squash.
No offence, Cornish. You can explain your way to that one in a minute, and we'll try to set Yorkshire to rights, I think, on juice. Because juice, in my opinion, is where a fruit has been juiced.
Squeezed.
Yeah.
Sorry about the swearing in the background.
Squash. Well, I don't know actually. Squash, I guess it's where a fruit's been squashed. So why is it called squash? And why is it called juice? That's an interesting question. I mean, it's got nothing to do with Paul, but it's an interesting question nonetheless. Why do you Northerners call it call it juice when it's clearly squash. They're labelled on the cartons. Well, cartons and bottles and whatnot. Sorry to ramble a little bit. I'm just waiting for Eugene to get back to play his shot. So Charlie, I just came to a realisation. You don't even really need to give up your microphone. All that's going to happen in a minute, because dear old mum's taken her headphones off, so she's not listening anymore. Oh, she's just putting them back on. You've actually, hold on, you've just got a miniature one instead. It's like a little Charlie-sized microphone, isn't it? So I bought her some new microphones, which were meant to be really handy because it would mean that she could sit and commentate without having to hold the microphone. But unfortunately, as it's worked out, they pick up a bit too much of the room sound, and it really needs for her to have a little clip so that it's really close to her mouth, so it doesn't pick up the room sounds and still picks up her voice. So we can have a little play. Let's have a little. Let's just see at what point you can hear me. There we go. Right, so Charlie, you've got your very own little Charlie-sized microphones.
Pixie-sized.
So unlike before, where you had to hold this great big microphone, you've now got these tiny little ones that you can hold instead. And you guys can hear me in stereo. There's actually two as well, which is really bizarre because they run off the same link, and you can't turn one off and one on. So it's almost like there's no point in having two. There we go. We'll have to get you a little. If anyone's got any pipe cleaners, I could bring them to the McGuinness Sports Bar. I'd like some pipe cleaners, and I can create her a little microphone boom holder that'll go from the headset round to her mouth, and then she won't have to hold them.
I don't know, can you hear me?
I don't know, but you've got a cracking double chin as soon as you do that.
Oh dear.
I wish I could turn the camera around on her.
I'm so glad
You'd all love it.
I'm so glad you can't.
I'm just taking the mickey out of Charlie. I bought her a set of microphones, right? These lapel ones. But unfortunately, they pick up loads of room sound unless they're really close to your mouth. And they're like Charlie-sized microphones. But she's now stuck them on a lapel. She's going like this so that she can talk into them, because otherwise they pick up too much. And well, you've got a cracking double chin when you do that.
You be nice.
Johnny's actually had his haircut. Johnny, you know you've had your haircut. People can't actually see you when you're commentating, bud. He's had his ears lowered, especially for commentating. So, welcome aboard, Mr. Cornish.
Good afternoon, evening, tea time.
Oh no, we've just been having that conversation. What is it, right, with you Northerners? That is squash.
Yes.
It's not juice.
That's
orange juice.
I know, that's what I asked for.
So what's happened?
Probably because I'm from Barnsley and they can't understand me.
Brilliant. So if you go to Murphy's, right, and ask for an orange juice and lemonade, you get orange squash and lemonade. Unless you say Britvic. If you say Britvic orange juice and lemonade, you get an orange juice and lemonade.
Really?
But otherwise, you get squash. Exactly the same. Mate, you can't commentate on Steve Webster via Adam Myerscough. That's not the game we're watching.
I've just got to keep tabs because I've had a bet on him.
Oh yeah. Oh, fair enough. I'll let you off then.
He's starting to pull away now. My boy, Stevie Webb. Currently
11-7.
So is Mr. Breakdish gonna?
Good stuff. Right, so Tom Walker, right, apart from one, right, he is Mr. Breakdish.
Right.
So if you look at his stats, Tom, he has broke what? This will be his 10th break, right?
Yep.
He has had 2 dry breaks,
Yep.
2 foul breaks, 4 break dishes.
Yep.
Right? He has missed the break dish once,
Okay.
and it was on, but he just screwed up the position on the last ball just ever so slightly.
Let's have a
The only
little
one.
trip down memory lane because he does play for my B team, Tom Walker.
He's a good player.
West Yorkshire B. He is good now. He's practicing again.
Actually, he tells me he's not been. He said he's had a couple. He said he's had a couple of little games this week, but nothing major. Hasn't been playing that much.
Table.
Right.
Never off table.
One of those, is he?
Yeah, he's one of
Oh,
those. Right. But we played county finals. Not this year because there weren't one.
No.
But last year, and he did get the nickname Screwback Champ.
Right.
Because he went to Screwback and he miscued. He blamed his tip and everything else, and he didn't screw back far enough. So
Right.
his nickname is Screwback Champ.
Microphone there, mate. Just talk a bit quiet.
All right, calm down, mate.
You know, we can hear your conversation over here.
Sign mate. Sign
So I'll turn up your mic a little bit so that you don't need to talk as loud. Go on. Keep on. Talk.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Right, cool. So you won't need to talk quite as loud now. And if you hold it a bit close to your mouth as well, I find that helps.
Yeah, but if I get angry, I might start chewing on it.
Well, hopefully there's no reason for you to get angry. I mean, other than if they... hungry. Okay, I was going to say, unless they just keep serving us orange squash, which obviously is a little bit annoying. Ricky Jones is on board. He says it's Mr. Screwback.
Yeah,
Tell
Mr.
him, Johnny.
Screwback Champ.
However, though, it would seem if he makes a ball off the break, this guy's dishing up.
He's quite capable, to be honest. Many moons ago, same as Ricky Jones, myself, a few local lads, Jason Creeber. We all played for England. We've all done his bit. Tom at that point were a very, very steady player. A lot better than he is now, because obviously he don't get as much time to practice like he'd like to. But
he's been a bit unlucky there.
he's still potty.
Does it still go?
Yeah, still potty.
Oh, fair play. I didn't think it went. Great shot to get it out though. Yeah, nice.
Well, to be fair, Tom's game's kind of raised ever since.
Was it ever since he started practicing with you?
Well, no. Ever since he was coming to me for tips on his cue.
Oh, right. I was going to say, what, tips on the table or tips on his cue?
And
he said he likes the Century tips.
Yeah, he's currently using a Century G3 fitted by myself.
Nice.
Ever since he swapped to it, he's been a different player, to be honest.
He's missed it.
I spoke too soon.
I'll tell you what, though, the white wasn't even that nice, really, though, was it? Because he's going to have to get back on that black somehow.
Ever since you said to him about a break dish, that's it.
Commentator's curse, isn't it? I've done him.
Cursed him.
Yeah. But
What a shame.
good evening, Lee Walton, Screwback champion. Yeah.
I shouldn't have said anything to him earlier. When they had a bit of a break, I said, I'll tell you what, every time you've potted off the break, you've dished up. And then he's missed 2 break dishes since. Sorry, Tom. Must learn to keep my big mouth shut.
Yeah.
Well, apart from behind the mic. Eugene walked in, right, and I mean the scoreline is that Eugene's still ahead. Yeah. Eugene walked in, confident as you like, and very focused.
Yep.
He was properly on it.
You can
And
see the vid
I mean,
in his eye.
I mean, he hasn't been dishing for fun. Not at least not off the break or a reverse dish for fun, right? But
When he's got his chances, took him.
yeah, But as the time's gone on, he's been going to the toilet a little bit more. He's gone for a fag and whatever else. And I'm not saying that that's been deliberate to try and change the pace of the game.
Yeah.
But it's almost like the confidence went a little bit, and he's started feeling it a little bit more.
Yeah. Which in most games, when it comes to later end, and the kind of see winning line when they're in front, they kind of get a bit twitchy, don't they? Because they've seen that winning line and it's not over till you're over it, as such.
No, exactly.
But I like Eugene.
He's a good player.
He's a nice kid, but he keeps dodging me. He keeps asking to play, and then when I tell him, yeah, no problem, he kind of, then he says, well, I want a shot clock, I want this, I want that, I want other. Well, for money, there's no shot clock. And he just keeps dodging me, which, to be honest, I think he's scared of playing me. But
well, Eugene, there is your gauntlet being laid. So Johnny wants to put his money where his mouth is.
I've told him
Let's see it.
I've told him several times. And
will this be an Elite 8 Ball TV match if it goes ahead?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. These guys have said that they want to use this every time from now on. So if you're going to play here, then quite probably will be.
His no nickname's Forrest Gump because he keeps running. You know what I mean?
Or just his nickname to you?
He just keeps running and hiding from me. I like him though, he's a good kid. His heart's in the right place, and his gob's bigger than it should be, but other than that, he's a nice player.
See, I'd have thought he'd try to hold that for the middle pocket. And I mean, he might be trying to, but I can't see it given how far he's over on that.
Yeah, I think Tom will win this frame now, unless Eugene pulls a worldly out. But
I don't think there's even a double on, is there?
No, he can't see this yellow.
No, it looks like the black's
on side rail. From where I'm sat, it's totally blocked from that.
This overhead, that overhead's sometimes a little bit deceiving.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Hold on, let's have a look from behind it. Oh no, he can. No, he can totally see it. He can even hit the right hand side of it as it goes.
Really?
Yep.
All right.
So he's only got to play a nice double here.
I would say the treble's probably easier.
Small chance that's what he's doing. No, he's opted for the safety.
He went for the safety. It's not a bad shout.
Fair play. That is probably a case of the right time to be playing a safety.
Yeah, that's something Tom hasn't really got the grasp of, is it?
A little bit harsh.
Well, no, it's true.
No, there has been a couple of times during this match where
he's a very attacking player. Very attacking.
He's played the safety at the wrong time, or not played the safety when he should have done.
Yeah.
He's definitely all out attack.
That's not a bad shot.
No, not a bad shot at all. Oh, he's just put his hand up, so he obviously didn't mean to snooker him from that. Either that or he just doesn't like playing the snooker and so put his hand up to say, I'm really sorry about having to do that, but tough.
Yeah, I want to put my hand up, to be fair. I'd have just been giggling to my son while I'm walking back to my seat, but I'm just horrible.
And there I was thinking you were a nice lad.
I am a nice guy, but I just...
Nice guy.
I like it when you fluke a few things and it gets to your opponent, and when you start laughing, it's all mind games, isn't it, really?
Oh, Johnny's a nice lad, as long as he's asleep.
Correct.
So this shot isn't without its challenges. Off the bottom cushion, up behind the yellow. I'm assuming it's a total. Definitely looks like a total. I think that's pretty much his only option. His table's playing really fast.
Yeah.
Really nice. Playing exactly the same as the Murphy's tables were last weekend. Very nice.
Good.
Mills obviously doing a cracking job. So it looks like he's coming off the right-hand cushion. Cushion first. Is he going for the pot? No. So do you, as there's a pot on and Tom's been playing well, do you think
Sorry.
as there's a pot on and Tom's been playing well, do you think he'd have been better off doing what I said and coming off the bottom cushion and trying to play the snooker?
Maybe, yeah.
Because even if he didn't get the snooker, he'd have still left it just as it is now.
It guarantees him another visit.
Exactly. Whereas now he's left.
Like Tom, as you know, he's like you said, he's playing well. He very attacking.
Yeah.
You know,
Where's that white gone?
That's not a good shot, to be honest.
Got away with. Well, I was going to say he's got away with that, but he hasn't. He's just completely stiffed himself.
If you're going to play that shot, you slightly stun it to outside cush, so you do leave it to middle bag, to be honest, and avoid in off, which he just avoided.
Yeah. But you play it with confidence, don't you?
Yeah.
If you're going to do it, you're not going to pot the white because you played it harder, so why not play it harder? I mean, he could have landed anywhere just a few inches below the middle pocket and anywhere above, and it'd have been all right.
Yeah, every time.
So
But
a bit harder.
even if he stunned it into that side rail, he leaves his son an easy shot, or an easier shot than what he's got, to middle bag. You know.
So we've got someone from Canada watching. He's going to disappear. He's watching the World Pool Masters. Jason Shaw about to play. His favourite player apparently.
He's a machine, Jason.
He is good, mate.
Yeah, well,
Although he hasn't had that much luck in English 8 ball since he's gone over to start playing 9 ball. He played in the Supreme Series, and of the 9 ball players that have come back into it, he's probably done the least damage. I mean, Darren Appleton's done pretty well in the Supreme Series.
that's a great shot there from Tom.
Nicely done, 10-all.
As I was saying,
Could that be a turning point? Tom's been behind the whole time by 2 frames, and now all of a sudden he's level pegging.
I think now Tom's clawed it back slightly.
Yeah, he has.
I think he's clawed it back. I think he'll give him that bit of a buzz as such.
Yeah. So they're going to have a 5-minute break. Fair enough.
Yeah.
10 frames all, 20 frames in, fairly standard. Might leave you guys just to chill out for 5 minutes. Tune back in, and we'll be back with you.
See you in a bit, guys.
We'll leave you with the stat sheet to have a look at, and see you soon. So we're actually back quicker than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be 5 minutes. I was going to eat some cheesecake. But apparently they don't want me to. So we're back, 10-all. Eugene to break. And let's see what they've got. Charlie's having a bit of a mare with the microphone, so I'm going to turn them down for a sec. Just throwing them around.
It's a decent break from Eugene.
Sorry, are you single now? Yeah. Just asking.
He'll be looking at reds.
Yeah, definitely.
Taking the plant first, although he's got to be careful with it. Take it nice and steady as. 2 secs, bear with me.
You've got everything here, haven't you, Jacob? You've got everything.
I'll tell you what, I've actually still got spare sockets for all sorts. I mean, there's not too many spare normal sockets, but I've got my phone plugged in on charge. I've now got Tom's phone plugged in on charge. There is actually another USB down there where those lights are that can have someone else's phone on charge. So if you start running low, you just plug it in.
Awesome.
Yep, there's quite a lot here. So I was pointing out to Charlie earlier that the overhead, look how the power's suspended up there. I have cable tied the power to a bar up there.
That's brilliant.
and then it's cable tied across like some sort of Tarzan rope, and it's also cable tied to the monitor stand here.
But you've got to make use of what you've got, and
of course,
stream's perfect as usual.
Thank you very much. It is looking nice, actually, isn't it?
Yeah. It's clear as a bell, same as always. When you're at Murphy's, what can I say? I sit at home with my telly on and I watch it when I can't get to Murphy's, and never ever have an issue.
Yep.
Never glitches, never tries updating, all that. It's boom, it's on it.
Good stuff. Good to hear. Have you noticed I've just been going around the country just graffitiing tables with Elite Able TV stickers? Yeah. It's my mission, actually. I had like I think it's about 400 stickers or so printed, and I'm gonna take them with me everywhere I go. I've got like twice as many as are in here. Elite Able TV sticker for you.
Cheers.
I'm going to take them all around the country. Every time I go and stream somewhere, I'm going to graffiti the table with Elite Able TV.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, why not? I've not got the banner up this time that we had done that you saw at Murphy's.
Yeah. We need something like that for us at Murphy's for us.
Yep.
A little kill thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Kill business. I think. Well, to be fair, I took quite a few jobs on. That's why I'm quite late today. I took them on last night and I didn't get a chance to finish them all. So I've got 4 or 5 jobs to finish this afternoon. So they'll be happy customers.
Good stuff. Well, as you saw, I'm perfectly happy to share whenever you put up a post.
Yeah, that's fine. Thanks a lot.
No worries at all. Credit where credit's due.
Yeah. I'm glad our Charlie's happy with you.
Hold on, I turned your microphones down because you were busy throwing them around everywhere. Go on.
So I'm just glad to get mine back.
Right, there we go.
I thought you were going to steal it at one stage, Johnny.
Well, I thought of it, but I know you'd have probably beat me up.
Probably.
Because it's that nicer a cue. It is, to be honest, one of the, if not the nicest cues I have ever picked up.
Thank you.
Well, it shows how nice it is. I potted 7 and black.
And you mentioned it on stream last time you were here, so yeah.
Correct.
Tulip wood though, is a nice bit of wood for a cue, I think.
So, Eugene's got a bit of an issue here. In that,
I think, to be honest, he went for him too early.
yeah. I mean, he looked at that as if this one into the... I mean, he's looking at that as if it goes. Or is he going to play the plant? Is he going to play the plant double?
Where?
If it looks like he's going to play this red as a plant double at the top to give himself the position on the middle ball.
Maybe.
Because it doesn't look like it goes into the corner. No, it didn't. Has he got it? Oh, I'll tell you what, that wasn't a million miles away.
No, it won't. No, it was not.
But, I mean, that's really clutching at some straws, isn't it?
Yeah.
Scott Pert is asking
Johnny,
you, did you get these 3 Qs done? Why do you need 3 Qs?
Scotty, I did. We're just in process of looking at straightening your third one. Album re-tipped, referraled.
Bit of teenage abuse.
So yeah.
Sorry.
Hopefully it'll be done in the next few days. If we're lucky and can straighten it out. If not, they're all ready to collect gold.
Sorry, lowering the tone there. Straightening his third one out.
Johnny Cornish all the way.
I thought you come to see me. Why are you sat there? Because he's ignorant.
So
Village loans are in again. They've let them out for their releases.
one flew over the cuckoo's nest.
They didn't fly over it, he fell, aren't they?
Right, so
Grandad Warwell's in.
Eugene's got an opportunity here, but he is going to have to play his second shot after the plant to get some very good position. He doesn't really have any kind of safety on, and he doesn't really want to let Tom have another shot, so he's almost got to go for it. But that's going to need to be a seriously well-controlled shot on his second one of these two
To be
up at
to
top
be honest,
right.
I'd try and play it with a bit of side, just to try and land further up top of cush so it leaves an angle to screw down off its side rail and try and get round down bottom end of the table.
I see what you're saying, but I don't think he's got enough angle to be able to play that shot particularly nicely.
Cush first.
Yeah, it's an option. I don't think he's looking at it though. He looks like he's queuing up to have a go at it now. He is! What a lunatic! Has he just got away with that to some degree? Kind of.
No, because
He's got a shot on, but trying to get a shot on the next ball is going to be a bit of an issue.
he's got to land perfect at middle bag and he's not got that angle to get there, unfortunately.
No. So, another case of attacking too much there.
Well,
Why would you play that shot then to try and get onto the ball when you could pot the one, then have a much safer shot at it?
that's what happens when you play for money, innit? You play rational things and things like that. So.
See, I think it's completely the opposite for me. I tend not to play so irrationally. I didn't even see what happened then because I was too busy looking at you and talking to you. All I know is it didn't go very well.
No. To be honest, what I'd do is I'd just play off that yellow near bottom push, close his red in, and make him play a shot with the other red. In the middle, just below the two. Just drop onto this yellow and just shut his red off, in between the two. Yeah. And then he's got to play a shot to the one that, Oh, he's left it. He's left him a shot.
Well, he has, but I mean, do you know what I'd do here? I'd cover that top bag.
Yeah,
He's not got anything on.
but if he covers it, it leaves Thomas Skilly.
Yeah, potentially. Depends how it lands, doesn't it?
Yeah,
He only needs to partially cover it
Yeah.
for it to present a problem. And if he covers that bag, see, I think it'd fall a little bit like chess. If Tom then uses his shot to try and do something about that and doesn't take the pocket back, then Eugene's got a free rein to be able to play his ball out. That's an issue at the moment, and it becomes just a shot-for-shot battle, if you like. But he gives himself the opportunity to get it out.
Yeah, Dale Benson's just walked in. The guy that's playing at 7 o'clock.
Yep. Maybe.
My watch has stopped. It's 10 past 5.
See, I think that's crazy. He's just...
He'll play double now, I think.
Well, I know he will, but the thing is that with one ball on the table, you end up chasing it if he doesn't get it. I mean, he might get it. If he does, fair play. But he hasn't. And I mean, that was probably a 1 in 5 shot.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe even 1 in 7 or 8.
Yeah, definitely.
Just because he was having to try and hold for the black as well. If he hadn't been trying to hold, if he'd done an open table, it might have been a bit easier, but he was. And he was also fighting with the fact that the yellow was close to it, so he was needing to get it out of the way of that. So why pot the second ball that he had on the table? Why not think of a containing shot of some description? Because now he's in a whole world of pain.
Oh, yes.
If Tom decides to play it like that.
All Tom has to do is just...
Yeah, exactly this. That's it. That's all he had to do. Although he hasn't landed very nice there, actually. Despite the fact that he snookered him, he's also... His balls aren't potable there.
Yeah.
Much as, I suppose it doesn't really matter because he's got options for more snookers, and that's the world of pain that I'm on about, is that he just needed to...
Well, if he hits this, if he hits it, he might pot it. Does black go into bottom corner? I don't know.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah?
Yeah, it does. Goes into both bottoms. In fact, apart from the top left, the black goes everywhere.
Really? I don't think it. I
Looks
don't
like
think.
it.
I don't think it goes into right bottom.
No, I'm pretty sure it passes. Can
think
we have a
it
look at the
went to
overhead?
He's missed it. He's missed it anyway. So
Yeah, look. I reckon it does. Just about. Maybe quarter to half a pocket, but I think it goes.
tight.
Still had options if he'd potted it or hit it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you've got 2 balls left on the table and one's an issue, don't pot the one that's not.
Correct.
There's a few more people arriving now. Actually, there's only 3 people here. They're just all really loud.
What I can say is tonight, with Dale's match, some of the guys that he's bringing with him are crackers. And
Crackers as in a bit mad, or crackers as in decent people?
They're just nuts. It'll be loud. It'll be aggressive. It'll be manic tonight.
Okay, cool. That's all right. Like a bit of atmosphere during a $4 money match.
That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, good stuff. I was just about to say, he's left him a shot.
That's a great pot, to be honest.
And that goes.
Tom Walker should never have lost this frame.
No, absolutely not.
Should never have lost this frame.
No way on earth should he have. As soon as Eugene put himself in trouble, I think that frame's going to hurt Tom.
Yep, it hurt anybody, to be honest.
he's been walking around this table smiling the whole time. Apart from when he's been sat down, for most of the match earlier on, he was sat down there and he looked a mixture of focused or perhaps annoyed because he was behind.
Yeah.
But he's not been making that many mistakes. But I mean, with ball in hand and a shot and a visit, all the balls near enough out in the open.
He should never have lost that frame.
Absolutely
should
not.
Never have lost. Never in a million years. Strange things happen when you're playing for money.
Of course they do. Sometimes it can be too easy, can't it?
Yeah.
And you almost miss them out of complacency. And that's those times when you've got to take a bit of a step back, take account of yourself, think about it a little bit more, because otherwise you're going to run into trouble all of a sudden because you think it's just all going to happen for you.
Yeah, and you just have to take, like you said, step back, assess what you've got, and play each shot as if it's worth £1 million. You'll not miss them then, will you? You know. That's terrible.
That is terrible. Charlie just muttered to me, is he going to get a break dish?
Commentator's curse.
He's not going to get a break dish because I cursed him. Sorry, Tom. I shouldn't have said anything to him. I bet he comes up afterwards and asks if I've got a bet on Eugene. So Eugene, do you notice something? Eugene's looking a lot more focused again now. Do you think that's because all of a sudden it was 10-all, or do you think it's because or do you think it was that switching point of Tom essentially throwing away that last frame and Eugene going in his head?
Yeah.
I might have got him here.
Yeah, definitely. You can't miss balls like that or mess balls up when you've got two shots, ball in hand. They won't drop-ins, but they won't an hard finish as such. He had a couple of problem balls, but other than that, it wasn't really a difficult finish for Tom, which I'd expect him to get at least 7 out of 10. That's my personal opinion, but others will probably disagree with me. But I've practiced with Tom, I know how capable he is of taking finishes out. So.
What order are you taking these in now? Are you going for the ball that he's going for?
Yeah, you've got to. I'm stunning to yellow, hopefully he'll squeeze it onto cush.
But if it doesn't, then he's landing himself in trouble.
Not necessarily, because he'll kick yellow out, I think. He's got a tough shot now.
Exactly.
He's not grabbed on at white enough.
Now I actually personally think, right, because of where the black is, right, I reckon he'd have been better off taking the one that's on the bottom right first, playing across the cushion twice, and getting himself on the ball that's on the top right next, rather than playing the other one first, because he had options with the other one, whereas he hasn't really with the one that's on the cushion at the top right. And he wants to be down that end of the table, realistically.
Yeah, I think what he'll do, he'll just drop it in.
Not fighting for position.
I think he'll just drop it in, to be fair, and just try like that and take a long red up push.
But now that he's to the right hand side of the red, where's the white going? Because if he screws it, he's screwing into the yellow. The stun shot's not getting him anywhere unless he's going to have to drop it in and play the double.
Yeah. Well, that's what I think he'll do.
So the crowd's arrived.
To be honest, that's nothing. That's just the start.
Good stuff.
It'll be very, very loud in here tonight.
Isn't it funny, right? Women are always the loudest at money matches.
Yeah, definitely.
They are. Don't look at me like that, Charlie. They really are.
Yeah, but
whenever there's a woman at a money match, honestly, they are the loudest people there. You ask Pam Mooney, right? You ask Pam Mooney.
I'm not being funny, but they have got biggest knobs, haven't they?
Oh, that's a great finish.
Very good.
And he's got his 2-frame lead again. Tom is going to be kicking himself.
It should have been 11 all that, to be honest.
So the funny thing is that these girls, they're not even actually commenting on this table. I don't really know what it is that they're commenting on, but they're not commenting on this table. They're just kind of, I think they're shouting over towards some other table.
Where's Eugene over there? Say Eugene. Yes!
Oh, now they are.
Better start doing it then, haven't you, not them?
Come on, Eugene! You got it back!
If only they knew they were live.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, to have control.
You can't stand it.
So at some point, Johnny, I think you might actually be joined in the commentary box by Nick. Where is he?
Is that in there?
Just over there.
Oh, look back.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah. Good kid, Michael.
Yeah, I think he might join you, which is good because it means it'll allow me to go and do a bit of freehand camera work.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Definitely.
Like we did at Murphy's. I might turn down that mic or something at the table in there. Just a touch.
That's a bit better, we can think.
So, welcome aboard.
That was a good shot by Tom there.
I hope none of you were expecting to be at the Crucible, because it's not. This is a money match. We cannot control the crowd, nor do we expect to. No, I have. I've got a fresh roll. Yeah, if it does get too bad, we can always go and duct tape them. Yeah, I've got loads of it.
That's nice. That's
Brilliant,
nice.
Paul Jepson. Could he chip the white ball off the table into her mouth? I think that's a cracking comment. Ooh. Hey up, Mr. Dish is back. This is for the reverse dish. I'll tell you what, you nearly missed it. That was that was complacency at its best.
Yeah.
And he's clawed a frame back. That's 12-11.
Eugene's just running to the toilet.
That's it. He's got a dish. I'm off to the toilet.
Trying to knock him out of his rhythm, the dirty dog.
That guy's been to the toilet more times than he's drunk his drink.
Yeah, but he had a drink, so I've spilt more down my shirt.
I'm actually quite glad to be back commentating on a money match, because the last I've been doing tournaments and 9-ball and all sorts of stuff, and this is the first money match that I've done strangely, since the last time my mum came with me to one, and I had a migraine. I set up all the equipment, got it.
We might have one tonight.
Got it all ready. Yeah, it looks like it. I got it all ready. Absolutely fine. Tension headache, flat out. Migraine. I've got a photo. I'm sat there with sunglasses on, taking a load of codeine and whatnot to sort it out. I just had to go away. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't listen to the headphones and have the headphones on and commentate. There's just no way.
To be honest,
And I love a good money match.
yeah. To be honest, I've been poorly this week. I haven't been at work. I've been really ill. When I went to doctors, they want me to go and have some tests on my liver and
no way.
kidneys. So,
Sorry to hear that, bud.
well, it is what it is, isn't it? I felt quite unwell. I was in bed for 2 days and everything else, and this is the first proper day I've really been out of the house.
Oh, I hope it's nothing serious, bud.
Come on, Eugene! Come on, Eugene! Come on, Eugene!
That's all Barnsley lads that's shouting and bawling. Crazier than ever.
Do you think they're pro Eugene by any chance?
It's because they all know Tom and they're just that's how they are, you know,
Giving
the
him
crackers,
stick.
yeah.
So for those of you who've just joined us, if you have, this is the business end of this money match. It's only a small one, but nevertheless, they're both perfectly capable players. They've stepped into play where...
Wasn't that Tom's break?
Ooh. Yeah. 2 seconds.
Wrong person, break.
You just reversed his break before. It was your break.
That is very well spotted there, Mr. Cornish. And they said you didn't know what you were on about. Well,
I've just got good eyes and a good memory.
deliberate foul. Brilliant.
I just said to Eugene, it's frame away, and just tell him shut up.
So, I've got to say, that was a deliberate foul in my opinion.
Dry. Can Eugene return further? I definitely like the look of either ball. Obviously, yellow's slightly easier as a starting ball, but he's got one tied up near bottom bag. Red's not quite as easy for a starter, but what do you think, Nico?
I think I was completely distracted by trying to sort out for the next stream.
I'll leave you to it then for 2 minutes.
No, you carry on, mate. You carry on. I'm just interfering with all sorts now.
I think now Eugene will more likely get these Reds.
Thank goodness I've got headphones on. These people are loud.
I could do with some earplugs as well.
Tower. Maybe that's something they can produce for us.
Next
Some
towel product,
Yeah,
earplugs.
earplugs.
Good evening, Lee Taylor. And yeah, Arthur Runwell is here at McGuinness's.
So they're all going a bit mad here for a player that's not even currently playing. Still, we love a bit of atmosphere, and this isn't short, which is great.
This is not an easy shot to pop this and get back on his final red. As we all know, if you hit them hard into middles, they tend to bounce.
They do.
All lads from Monday are shouting Eugene on top. That's where Tom's from.
So the question is, does he just drop it in and leave himself a shot? Yeah. That's what I'd have done as well.
It is, but I mean,
it does create problems with the black,
to be honest, if he tries clipping this in, I think he'll ruin off.
I reckon I'm going to have to turn our microphones up a little bit.
I was going to say, I'm struggling here. Struggling to hear you guys.
And I mean, I've got a table under the microphone.
I did call it.
Microphone under the table.
I did call that.
Sorry if you can hear the crowd over us. The great thing for Tom here is that he doesn't even need to put Eugene's ball safe because it's already down near that bottom cushion, and he can have a little bit of free rein.
Yeah, I think this was 12 apiece, to be honest. I think Tom now is a bit more settled.
And that will probably buck his confidence up a bit as well, won't it?
Pardon?
That will probably buck his confidence up a bit.
Yeah, definitely. I think reverse dishing Eugene and gain a chance after Eugene's gone and missed that, and I did call it off. I keep saying it, but I did, and that's to all them that out there that says I don't know what I want to mark. But yeah, I think Tom will come back and win this match, to be honest. I believe that's what he'll do.
Where's he going with the black then?
They can play it. He could have played it firmer.
Middle?
Could have played it a lot firmer than that. And squared right up the other side. I think he'll just drop it in middle. Yeah.
Nicely done. Very nicely done.
Procedure.
Little bit out on the position, but
yeah,
doesn't matter if you can put.
But when you've got a bit of free rein and balls are open.
Yeah, of course, there's balls up the top as well, and at the end of the day, sometimes it's just about giving yourself a shot, isn't it?
Yeah. It just gives you a bit of free rein to let that arm go and get a bit more comfortable, to be fair, when they all as such tap-ins.
I reckon Seb would have come off about 14 cushions then and snookered himself behind the red.
Well,
sorry, Seb.
I don't know what's up with him at the minute. He's gone from an hero to zero kind of thing with his money matches, which to be honest, he's one of the most improved players I've seen in the last couple of years. Playing with your better players like Sheppy, and they put a lot of time in with Jack Whelan and Craig Lakin at Corn Exchange in Derby. When he was playing from there, and then all of a sudden he's gone from being a machine to kind of.
I reckon playing against Declan Brennan, that hurt him quite a bit.
Really?
Yep.
To be honest, all working, I didn't really see that match.
I mean, Brennan's a great player, and it shouldn't be any kind of room to Seb in a way. But at the same time, losing's never great.
No, you don't play to lose, do you? You know what I mean? But
do you think maybe he needs to take a bit of a break, like Lakin did? Lakin lost to Josh Kane, took a bit of a break. He's now back again, and he's playing well.
I don't think take a break from game because you've always got to stay in touch.
Well, no, but take a break from money matches.
I don't know. I think he needs to choose a more easier opponent for a starter. But when you're playing at top level, or when you're amongst them, playing amongst them, you're not going to get them easy games. I rate Seb. A lot of people say
it's a great player,
but it's like how you win some, you lose some. I know he's won more than he's lost.
Yeah,
I know he's lost.
Just.
I know he's lost.
He put his record up the other day.
Few, but
he's two matches ahead in wins to losses.
I thought he were in front, right? But it is what it is. Good evening, Phil Parker. How's your tip and Ferrell by us at Murphy's do? Hope he's playing well. On that very, very, very nice Trevor White you've got. He's left Eugene an easy skill here, to be fair, and then rest history if you ask me, if he makes it. Yeah, he's made it. This is he's clawed it back, he's done hard work, and for me this is 13-12 Eugene. What are you saying?
It should be.
Yeah.
It definitely should be. I was just analysing the table. Yeah.
Oh!
Ouch.
Oh! He's left him now, he's got away with it.
See, that's why I didn't commit to saying it was.
Alright, smart ass.
Sorry.
Yeah, but to be honest, would you really have put Eugene down and missing them?
No. But there's now quite a lot of noise in here.
Yeah.
And he's talking to the crowd quite a lot, which means he's not quite focused on the game.
Yeah. I don't know. It's.
Is it? Yeah. Oh, I thought that was going in. Oh.
Would you have played that hard?
No. Now it should be framed to Eugene.
Yeah.
But I don't know why he's taking that first.
But to be honest, we had a frame earlier where Eugene could not win, and he won the ball, and he still won.
Very true.
So, what do you think took venue?
Do you know what? I like it. Actually, yeah. Seems to be a decent bunch of lads in here.
Yeah, the old crackers on there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, do you know what? That was what I was told yesterday. I said, so you're in for a bit of an experience. I was told. Great bunch of lads.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, every time I've come over here, I've never ever had an issue. No. They've welcomed me. With me being from Barnes.
That's not what they all said earlier.
Well, they probably call me every name under the sun, but
I said, what? Cornish? What does he know about Paul?
Yeah.
Do you screw this back and put it in the middle? It's got to be the shot, hasn't it?
I think that's what it'd have played like.
Yes, Eugene. Yes, sit down, you bum. Sit down, you bum.
I would say the crowd goes wild, but it's only actually 2 people.
James Manley giving Tom Walker some hammer. To be honest, he'd get next door neighbour some of that crackers.
So, Tom Walker has had 4 break dishes, 2 reverse dishes, 3 dry breaks, 2 foul breaks. Eugene has had 1 break dish, 2 reverse dishes, 6 dry breaks, and no foul breaks. So, Eugene's more in control of that break than Tom is. But he's got more of a tendency to go dry as well. Tom's got a much bigger break on him than Eugene does.
To be honest, Eugene does hit him like a girl.
Well, I put it that he's got a bigger, that Tom's got a bigger break, but yeah, I mean, you can say it as you will. They're your mates, so I'll let you crack on.
You can't hit a pack of balls like a girl. No disrespect to all your women pool players out there, because I know some of you have got some big breaks. But it's just terminology. Please don't hang me to dry and chop me up on that, because Charlie's giving me dead eye here. But that's just what people say, you break like a girl. But Tom does really thump him, whereas Eugene kind of gives him a little tickle, as you'd say.
So the real question here, though, is does slow and steady win the race? Eugene's not dishing up for fun, but he's still in the lead.
Yeah. It's not about wrecking and dishing.
Even with 6 dry breaks, he's in the lead. And I'll tell you what, I had a race to 15 with someone a little while back, and at one point he pointed out that I'd had 5 break dishes and a couple of reverse dishes, and I still lost.
That's unreal, isn't it?
And I kind of got to the conclusion that if the break dish doesn't go my way, then I lose a little bit of focus.
Yeah.
And I'll not have quite as much focus on the rest of the frame. Oh, he's called a foul on himself there.
Like I played Jeff Allen yesterday.
Yeah.
Do you know Jeff?
Yeah.
The Force.
On new hair.
Yeah. It looks good, to be fair.
Yes.
It looks
Nice.
mint.
If any of you out there are bald and want some more hair, go to Turkey, where they'll skin a chicken and whack it on your head, glue it in, staple some of it. You'll end up looking like G-Force, so it's not such a bad thing after all.
He is the sexiest man in
Apparently, he is the sexiest man in all of 8-ball pool.
He is.
So people say.
He is.
I mean, I haven't really got a thing for him, to be honest.
I have.
But have you?
Oh yeah. Oof. To be fair,
they need more hobbies up here.
Yes,
I'm telling you.
Yesterday he must have had 6 Brecon finishers and a few he had a couple of reverse off mine and a couple of mistakes by myself. He beat me 11-9. He missed the snooker his set once. He had 2 dry breaks. They're the only mistakes he made.
Wow.
And basically the rest kind of were history. So to be fair, we're happy with 11-9 loss.
Yeah, I bet.
But it was just immense.
Yeah.
He's a machine, and I'd hate to see how good he is.
So Cornish's fan club are just trying to get his attention.
They've just been asking for autographs, but I had to turn
Just
them
give him
down.
an Elite 8-ball TV sticker and just
Here you go, sign back of that fair. That's a lovely shot. That's a lovely shot by Tom there.
That was a nice shot.
Very nice.
He still wants this. He's not willing to lose that 100 quid just yet.
No.
13 all. Unfortunately, we're having to tell the players when they're going to be breaking.
Eugene's losing his marbles, but that's down to his old age.
Old age and a loud crowd.
Yeah.
Or a loud couple of people, anyway. There is a bit of a crowd in here, but...
Eugene, how old do you think Eugene is? Bear in mind he's got all his ears pierced, eyebrow.
Yeah, that's just a distraction from the truth, isn't it?
Yeah.
I reckon 48.
Not even close. He's nearly 70.
What? Shut up. No, he's not. Don't talk absolute wet. Nearly 70.
He looks it.
He's got more chance of metamorphosis into a mouse's ear than being 70 years old. He's like a haggard Richard Gere, isn't he?
Yeah.
A haggard pierced.
It looks like he's been
haggard pierced Yorkshireman Richard Gere.
Yeah, that's been in ring with Tyson for a week.
It's like officer and a coal miner.
Yeah. I shouldn't really take my card in because I've got to get to that age yet.
He was only 8 when he went down into the pit.
During the war?
He was only 8 when he went down into the pit 4 years ago. He's come back up and he's 68.
Yeah. With grey hair.
Coal's got a funny effect on people.
Yeah.
So it looks like our next match is going to finish slightly late. Start slightly late. Hopefully it doesn't finish late because that means we're going to be going home late. Which I'm driving all the way home tonight. Stayed here last night. Came and set up last night mostly. Did a little bit today as well. Set up the overhead and a couple of other bits today. But not staying tonight. Going to just drive back home again. Rented I use Airbnb every time I go and stay away for a money match or for tournaments or whatever. Rented a 3-bedroom extension on a house.
Alright.
It was in Worksop, so it was a little bit of distance away because we had a bit of a problem with the first one. Then someone had put a new listing on Airbnb and then switched their phone off. So even Airbnb couldn't get hold of them. So we ended up having to book somewhere else at about 11:30 last night. Luckily, the people that we booked with afterwards were awake at the time. Absolutely brilliant. The place was absolutely impeccable.
That's what you want. Will you use them again?
Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
If we come up this way, definitely.
Oh, you will be, won't you? You'll be doing series at Murphy's again?
Yeah, I suppose it's not too far away from that, is it?
No.
3-bedroom house.
Now then.
3-bedroom house. 70 quid for a night.
70 quid?
You can have 5 people staying in there for 70 quid. It's nothing, is it?
Wow.
And it was absolutely mint. There was even milk in the fridge for us, and a couple of bits in the freezer.
I'm not being funny, but you can't ask them more than that.
No, you can't. Absolutely brilliant. So, Tom, could this be a turning point? Oh, I'll tell you what, that was a good shot.
You'd play this into middle now and go back up to the top at table, wouldn't you? And then come back down, or?
Do you know what? I don't think I would.
No?
No, because it's a bit tight. It's a bit tight for getting down there, in my opinion. He's going to have to play it really well.
Well, to be fair, that's
it flies
perfect
in
for
there.
me.
Sorry, I didn't even notice if it went into that pocket. It flies.
That's a lovely shot. That's a great shot there.
Sorry, I absolutely talked out of my derriere just then. I didn't see that it went in that pocket. If I had, I wouldn't have said that. I thought it only went into the left-hand top pocket. So, I'll take that back. And this is looking painful for Eugene. All of a sudden, I reckon he's a frame behind from being 2 frames ahead again as well.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Do you take one of these 2 yellows now?
To be honest, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
He's bottom well
as long as he drops it in, and there's no tries forcing it or out like that, just drop it in dead weight. He's on one to other middle or bottom or whatever. You know, he's just going to choose where he's not. Way.
So this is what I was saying earlier, that if you've got to...
Oh, he's played that well.
It must go in there.
He played that very well.
Oh, it flies. Well, it looks of it.
Yeah, that's good. That.
Yeah.
That's good thinking. Well looked at, Tom.
In some respects, it's a bit of a shame that this race isn't a bit longer, because Tom's starting to fire a little bit more now.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's his break now, and he's on the hill. He's on the hill, and it's his break.
14-13, Tom Walker. Tom Walker to break. Missed the dish. I'm not going to say that too loud in case I curse him again. So what do you guys reckon? Does it go hill?
Pressure's up.
Does it go hill, or does Tom take out the break dish now? Let's see. What have you got, Tom? What have you got? Has he made a ball? No, he hasn't. So
to be honest, it's tight, isn't it? It's a tight frame. Or it's going to be. Eugene's not going to push his luck, I don't think, this frame. I think if out, he'll be a bit more cagey, try and get that extra frame to gut at Hill and give us any chance.
I reckon red's a favour here.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Well, he's got to play a couple of good shots. He's got one tied up.
I don't know, yellows are alright, but he's got this one that will have to go down the rail.
Well, he's got 2 yellows tied up, hasn't he? To be honest.
Not too hard to get the one down the bottom right hand side of the table out, but
he's played that well.
You say that,
but
he's not got the nicest of shots now.
He's not on it. He's not on it.
He's got a cut down into the bottom right hand pocket at best, or the top right hand pocket of the one on the left hand side of the table. But then the white's flying around all over the place, and it's a struggle to contain it.
I think he's going to play double. I don't know.
But the double's tight as well.
Yeah.
Unless you're talking about the one down the bottom right hand side, into the bottom left hand side.
That's a nice pot.
That's a great pot. Where's that white going? It's absolutely fine. So, he's got one problem now. And that is the middle one of those 3 reds. The one next to the yellow. By the middle bag. What's he doing here? Is he mad? Was he actually thinking about putting that in the middle now?
He's chasing, isn't he?
But no, but I mean really, what does he stand to gain from cutting that in the middle?
I think what he's looking at is coming round off 2 cushions and try and gain the other red out that's tied up near the middle.
Tom's on the hill, what's he doing?
It's mad, to be fair.
Sorry, Eugene. But you've got to call it as you see it. Yeah, that's better. Although ideally you wanted to leave yourself a little bit lower on it.
For me,
I wouldn't be taking this corner now because he's freeing up the problem, isn't
well, to be honest, I'd just roll it over bag.
Yeah, there is that. But realistically, just then, I'd have tried to leave myself probably 2 inches to the right of where he is.
Yeah.
And then he'd have left himself enough angle to be able to pummel through into the balls at the top
I
end
think
of the
if
table.
Eugene plays
Give
this, he's
himself a
going to
shot.
kiss Yeller out, and he's going to leave roughly the same angle as what he did. Oh no. Called it wrong, but he's too straight. I don't think he can throw it out.
He's got a little bit of an angle. If he can avoid the white following through and just hitting the jaw and bouncing back out again, he might be alright here.
But you've got to be careful when you're playing at pace, and you know when you're behind. You know what I'm saying? You're behind, and now he's got absolutely 2 balls on the table, and absolutely, for me, unless he pulls a worldie out, no chance of winning this game.
You say that, but those 2 yellows, regardless of what he does here, those 2 yellows are not nice.
They're not, but
He's only really
if he
got to
does not
contain
get him
that
out into
situation.
open, he's struggling.
See, now look, he's in a much better position than Tom.
Do you think?
Yeah, because of those 2 balls being tied up and Eugene's ball still goes, Tom's in a bit of a predicament. And he's got balls on cushions all over the place.
Yeah, but all Tom has to do is just tap up to them 2 outside rail.
Unless, of course, he goes gung-ho and plays an all-out balls-out double on the right hand, on the bottom one of these 2 yellows on the cushion, because it does double back.
I won't play that because he's on L.
Well, no, neither would I, but he could.
Yeah, he could.
That's all I'm saying.
Seb would.
Seb would.
Definitely. But Seb's one of these that would pull it off and get a finish from clouds because he's that type of player, isn't he?
Yeah.
But he also, if he pots these, he kisses them out. If he pots this. And then.
He's been a little bit unfortunate that on the left-hand side of the table that's landed a bit.
Yeah, but
a bit annoying.
If he plays, he can play this in such a way now that if he misses, he's got a thin snip on that one to top. I don't think he'll be able to hold.
You know what? He doesn't even need to go for it.
No, but what I'm saying is, if he does miss it, what's he playing here?
That's what I wondered.
No, wrong shot.
Crazy.
Wrong shot.
That was crazy.
That
Why didn't he just
mental.
land the ball somewhere near around the peak of our logo? The white, that is.
Well,
and just leave it there and
all he
go,
had
you
to
know
do
what?
is
I've got a
drop
ball.
it up to that on rail.
Yeah. He could have just gone, you know what? I've got a ball covering yours up there on the rail. You figure it out.
I'd have just said, get on it. I'd have left him a shot, tight to this one on Cush.
Yeah, exactly.
Get on your last one.
Yeah, have fun. Can't see you finishing this, pal.
No.
Enjoy. Now, it's Hill.
With Eugene to break.
Ooh. Well.
Papa Webb, he's currently winning in 1911 against Adam Maiskoff.
1911. Ouch. That's a bit of a mismatch then.
Not really, because Adam beat Papa last time round, 21-14, something like that. But not making excuses for Papa. He did step in at last minute, not really been playing because his eyes were bad. He's now had his eyes done. You can see result up to press, or the scoreline, should I say, 1911.
Isn't it funny how there's like 3 pool songs that just get used for that you get used for everybody?
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody's on fire.
Yeah.
Just like replace a name. Blah blah's on fire. And that one walking into whatever Wonderland. I reckon we need to devise some new pool songs.
Now then, what can Eugene make of these? I think yellow's a favourite, where they've split. But he's got to pot one.
Maybe like, God, he's a pool player, tearing out eyes with my cue.
Yeah. Sucking eyes out.
Sucking out eyes with my cue, yeah.
And what's Eugene done there?
We'll work on that one.
Deciding frame, and he chooses reds. Why not? Why not though? Just play a containing shot and go. Tom,
Do you reckon it's like
go to him.
Do you reckon it's like sheep psychology? He's going, I'll take the harder balls. You don't scare me.
Well,
On a hill.
well, to be honest, I was showering a little with me and he's took reds.
He's going to have to play some worldy shots here.
Worldy? He needs Harry Potter and Houdini's wand.
Oh my word! Has this actually just possibly become slightly viable? Just slightly.
Slightly.
This cuts into the bottom left-hand pocket.
Elvis has more chance of scratching coffin lid than Eugene getting these.
Mate, you want about Elvis is alive?
He's all shook. I mean, dug up.
He's all dug up. This is the stuff dreams are made of. You wait and see.
Yeah. Neil Ford, yeah, that was shocking by Tom Walker. That was nearly as bad, if not worse, than his screwback attempt at county finals. Ricky Jones and Lee Brad Walton will probably confirm this. We aren't giving Tom too much stick, bless him.
It looks like he's eyeing this up to cut it off the yellow. What has happened here?
He's got away with it.
He actually did play for that. Why didn't he just play the cut into the bottom left-hand pocket? Bit of screw back. He could potentially have knocked the ball that's on the cushion back out again.
I think Tom needs to take this in.
His head's fallen off. He took reds, and then he's all of a sudden gone, oh my God, why did I take reds?
Yeah. And then when he scratched his scratched his head, he was getting splinters. For me, first shot for Tom is...
if Tom doesn't win from here, having this all just happened in front of his eyes...
Yeah. This is shot for me for Tom. Would you play it cut into middle?
No, I'd play the one that's directly in the middle of the table. I'd play that into the opposite middle, and he can get on that one that's the cut a bit better.
Well, from where I'm sat looking at his angle, I don't think he can.
How can he not?
I think it's... I'd play that one that
Fair
he
enough.
is actually going for.
Fair enough, it looked a bit easier from where I'm just looking at the
While he's
screen.
got half a chance of potting it, getting on it,
Played that really well as well.
he needs to play it to give him that chance for me.
So it is 14-0. Eugene has just got colourblind for a minute and decided to take the wrong ball.
Colourblind or he's gone blind.
It's not really surprising. He's 148 years old.
Well, during the war,
Which one?
both
Battle of Hastings?
Both of them, all three of them. That one probably Theresa May started. Which country?
What, you mean the Civil War?
Yeah. That's not a good shot.
That was unnecessary.
For me, I'd have tried pinching a bit at bag and leaving him half a chance on that. But that one, take down rail, then go back up table, drop that in, leaves his send that to bottom by.
Do you know what? Because he's got the one that cut that you said about.
Yeah.
Because he's got that out of the way. He's now left this as being a little bit precarious, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Which is really annoying because he was actually in a prime position to just take these out. He's played that absolutely exemplary. Now then. Really?
That's terrible. That is
I
absolutely.
don't even understand why he played that shot.
That is terrible.
Sorry, but all day long, that was the ball that he still got left on the table first. No? And that wasn't the nicest shot to get onto the other one, but he only needs to follow it through about 8 inches, and he could have played it into the middle, from what I remember.
To be fair, if he'd have stunned that in, that ball's always been up cush. But to be fair, why shove it through? Just stun it in and leave you sent double.
Yeah.
You know.
He doesn't like doubles though.
Yeah, but why play ball off? Take your chance.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely should have played the. Well, he should have played the other ball first. All day long.
No, I don't want to go up there.
Ouch.
15-14.
Don't you hate it when you're commentating and players give you eye contact and they've just messed up?
Yeah, I normally blow him a kiss.
Yeah. Because you don't want to give them any kind of like, yeah, you really balls that up, son. Because then they're going to take that away from it as well, and they're going to go into their next shot thinking, oh, I actually really did balls that up.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Right shot from Eugene.
Yeah.
That is going to hurt like mad. That will sting in the morning. Tom, I've got some Alka-Seltzer. Alright, they're at the chemist, but I've got some. And they've got your name on them. Because you are going to be chasing this now.
I think Eugene's going to try and play this to bottom and stun into red.
If he's got any sense, he'd just take the one off the cushion and snooker him again. No,
He's played it well.
He's played that really well. I'll take it back. There's me being all cautious, look, as a commentator.
Yeah.
All I'm thinking is it's hill. But I mean, at the end of the day, he's just got a shot that he didn't think he was getting. So, you know,
Yeah.
take your chances. Don't pull any punches. Ouch, he's overplayed that.
Now then.
I mean, it's not the most difficult shot in the world, sitting here.
It's not easy.
But it ain't that nice either.
It is not easy.
He's got to take the one up that end of the table first. If he plays the other one, I think he's insane. Doesn't it look so easy looking at the stream?
It is.
Well, Tom, pray for a bit of luck, my friend, because I don't think you're getting the result here out of skill unless you happen to pot it. But there's going to be nothing difficult about those two reds unless he gets
all he
a
has
bit
to
of
do
luck.
is just roll off at top cushion, hit it, and then it leaves Eugene a lot to do.
Word. Yeah, there's quite a lot of pressure on these next few shots.
I think Eugene will just tap this out bag and snooker him.
Really?
No.
You proper had me then, hook, line and sinker. What? Surely not. Does he make it?
I'd say he will, yeah. Because I think all he'll do is run it through, just drop it in, and obviously that guarantees him if. Oh no!
Look at the white.
That's why I said.
Away with that.
That's why I said he'll run it through. If he does miss, he don't leave Tom a shot.
Do you know what though? You can't play shots like that.
No.
You can't, because that's why you miss. It is though, isn't it?
Well.
You miss because you're playing for the safety. The ball goes where your eyes go. Yeah? The ball does go where your eyes go. And if you play for a safety if you miss, you're playing for a safety and you're going to miss.
Yeah.
It's that simple. I mean, he's proper got away with it because of that. But oh my, what a shot!
Wow.
That's a great shot from
He
Tom.
deserves it if this goes in.
Yeah, he does. I knew he got down on that a bit quick. It's not.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, Tom conceded.
15-14, Eugene Murphy. What a way to finish a match. Oh man, do you know what? I'm gutted for Tom. He just got down on that too quick. It was too complacent.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's him run at C team.
After that... You're a horrible, horrible man, Cornish.
Well,
but I like it.
You've got to be cruel to be kind, mate, being a captain.
Savage. Absolutely savage.
No, I'm only kidding, peeps. To be honest, he pulled a worldie pot off and he jumped straight into his shot, which...
I'm gutted for him. Well, no, it wasn't unlucky, Terry. It wasn't unlucky at all. He got down on it too quick and he just played it complacently. Gutted. Anyway, we'll be back with you shortly with the headline act for this evening. Dale Benson v Ed Cunnyworth for $4,000. Stay tuned.
Should be a cracker.
Won't be too long. We've got to organise the stream, just reset everything and set up the next event. Be right back.